Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel One TV. You can also download our app, the CNR app, via the App Store and the Google Play Store. I am Omar Sandamado. Thank you so much for watching us.
Good morning
and welcome to your favorite Sunday morning TV show. We call this Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel One TV. My name is Jude Duncan. You can find me on social media with the handle @Mensa Duncan.
And I am Eno Safo. Find me across all social media platforms with the handle Eno_S. It promises to be an interesting show. You know, we're always live and interactive. We love to hear from you. So send us those messages of yours and do send them to the WhatsApp number 0204 447 033. 0204 447 033. Alternatively, you can go on our social media platforms. You can see the handle down there and send us those messages with the hashtag Sunday Breakfast, and we will read it right here on the show for you.
Absolutely. Right from our news review segment up all the way to the sports segment. It's a packed show just for your Sunday morning relaxation. Of course, we'll come into your community and tell you some of the really latest developments affecting you out there. All of your comments, like Eno said, your contributions, and also your experiences are welcome on the show today. Eno.
Yeah.
It's a good time to go into the news review, right?
Yes, it is.
Yesterday was an amazing day, I must say. I had a lot of sleep. And before we started the show, I was telling you about my audio.
Yes.
You know, I'd watched the movie and I was seeing some things in my sleep. But you know, God is good.
God, all the time, all the time.
Yeah.
But you do remember that we have This Is Ghana coming up?
Yeah.
And it's an amazing exhibition where we get to showcase all things made indigenously here in Ghana. So if you're a local SME, if you're a startup, if you're a homegrown business, innovative business, indigenous corporate bodies, this is the exhibition for you to come and showcase your stuff to Ghana and the rest of the world.
It will interest you to know that, you know, in the aftermath of yesterday's interview where we had one of the
Pim Pam
participants, you know, come in studio, I got a couple of calls.
Oh,
you know,
really?
And 2 people called and said that they wanted his contact. So that was interesting to note already. People are, you know, interested in some of these things that will be showcased at the fair. So we would entreat everyone, you know, whether you're a car enthusiast, whether you're a clothing enthusiast. If yours is food, we've got you sorted. If it's building, you know, the built environments that you want to venture into, the CSIR team will be there. Other building, you know, interest participants would also be at the fair. If it's cosmetics that you want to venture into, whether it's soap, whether it's cream, whether it's sherbet, like name it across board. And the beautiful thing about all of this is that it's totally made in Ghana.
Yeah, definitely.
Hence the name, This is Ghana.
This
so
is Ghana.
we want to entreat everyone really to be a part of this amazing.
One thing Pimpam said yesterday was that even after the fair, you know, we keep showing the videos, their interviews. So beyond what you pay for the fair, you get more mileage, more coverage on air for free. I think we should calculate that and add it to the bill. So don't forget that if you want to be a part of the fair as an exhibitor, do call the number 0205 973 973 0205 973 973. And remember that it is at the Ifwa Sutherland Park this year. We're moving it from the forecourt of the AMA to the Ifwa Sutherland Park. So 6th and 7th September 2025, 10 a.m. each day, we're going to be at the This is Ghana exhibition at the Ifwa Sutherland Park. Shout out to our amazing sponsors. Jude, you want to run us through our sponsors?
Absolutely. We have Ghana Export Promotion Authority in there. The Ghana Exim Bank is in there as well. MTN, everywhere you go. You know, literally also making their way in there. We have Side Hustle as well. Also supported by Twillium Ghana Limited, built also in the Ghana Export Agency. Enterprise Agency, I beg your pardon. The Ghana Enterprise Agency also in there as a sponsor. So shout outs to them for, you know, being behind this amazing initiative. Have you been to the Exim Bank office before?
Not yet.
Oh, Charlie.
In a beer.
Oh, I went to the high rise.
They're in the after building, right?
Yeah, it's actually their building.
Okay.
So after, I believe it's a tenant there.
Okay.
GEPA is also in there. You know, so the whole idea of like, people don't really know what an Exim Bank is. Maybe some other time, they think it's like an open commercial bank where you can go and make deposit like all the other banks you have. Theirs is specialized banking, right? So they are heavy on supporting, you know, the export market of a country. So a lot of other countries. So Nigeria, for example, has an export bank. India has an export bank. Like other countries have export banks. So it's like a trade hub, you know, where they are right now. So there's GEPA there, there's Exim Bank there, there's the AFTA there, I think a couple of other, you know, and when you go at the top, you see Accra. No, and you see the way Accra is in two. Charlie, the economical divide of Accra is so interesting. You see one side, the rich cantonment, then you see the other side. Oh, it's interesting to note.
Right.
Anyway,
I have channel1newsonline.com, the portal open. Let me read some of the stories you'll find on our portal, channel1newsonline.com. By election, NDC National Vice Chair withdraws from Tamale Central race. Financial irregularities, PAC must have powers to surcharge. That's according to a member. Chinese national, Ghanaian arrested with ammunition in Akwatia. 2025 BECE, WAEC to decide on withheld results by September 6. Immigration officer's murder, third suspect reported dead. Other stories you will find on our portal. In the Upper West region, fire service ladies demand equal role in frontline fighting. Another suspect arrested in immigration officer murder case. Digitalization, cybersecurity must shape future of security training. That's according to the VEEP. Jude?
And let me take you to citynewsroom.com. Some of the big stories here, like you rightly mentioned already. Third suspect in immigration officer's murder case reportedly dies. Some other story, Akwatia by-election. Political parties intensify campaigns. Also, your WAEC releases 2025 BECE results. 985 cancelled, 1,333 withheld. Transport Ministry begins processes for new Bogatanga Airport. I'm not sure if that's what we need at this point, honestly. But we'll leave that to the experts to, you know, decipher. Egg prices. When was the last time you bought a crate of egg?
A couple of weeks ago.
How much did you buy for, do you remember?
I think it was 80 cedis.
80 cedis a day.
A day is 80.
80 cedis. Egg crate 80 cedis.
Like 60 or 70, 80 cedis.
Right, the egg, no, the chicken, no,
they were as fat as my cheeks. The eggs were as fat as my cheeks, so I didn't complain
the
much.
chicken, does it? Did they have to buy a BECE? Anyway, egg prices still high, despite, glut as costly feed, weak demand bites. Like you also mentioned earlier, NDC Vice Chairman withdraws from Tamale Central by-election. Do you have any other headlines for us?
Yes, I'm on graphiconline.com. Some of the stories you'll find on that portal. Police arrest Ghanaian and Chinese national with ammunition in Akwatia. WAEC releases 2025 BECE provisional results. 177 candidates have entire results cancelled. Saboba chief warns youth, choose farming over drugs. Police refutes claims dismissal of interdicted officer who allegedly assaulted journalist. Will Serena Williams' weight loss admission help shed stigma of anti-obesity drugs? Volta Basin on alert as Burkina Faso sets August 27 date for Bagre Dam spillage. I hope we are ready. Rich hospital nurse demands 7 million Ghana cedis from Ralph, the fellow Ghanaian, over assault and defamation. Ioko's red flag list. These 4 car brands are most likely stolen, says anti-graft agency. And Vice President Tupuku Ajiman urges GAF graduates to confront modern security threats.
And let me take you to the news center. Right, the news center is also reporting some similar stories like we already mentioned. They have the 3rd suspect in immigration officer's case, his death. They also have the WAEC story on the 2025 BECE provisional results. Now, an interesting headline reads, 81 people dead, 120,000 lives displaced, and 76,000 hectares of farms lost. And this in relation to the Bagre Dam spillage. And Prophet Kum Chacha, he's been urging Shatawale to form a political party by the year 2040. This is in the aftermath of the Iyoko issues.
Because of the people that amassed?
Yeah, I mean, you can't take it from Shatta. He has what a lot of people describe as convening power. The fact that he didn't have to even call them and they came.
They came.
So imagine if he did call them. So he has full power. So
they're still waiting for his concert.
Urged to form a party. As to whether he can, because we've seen Chada and Co, right? Politics is different. Some way. Yeah. So Goldfield's profits triples to 1.02 billion in first half of 2025, and these are the big stories on the newscenter.com.
All right, I'm on gna.org.gh. Some of the stories. President Mahama reaffirms Africa's readiness for business. Apply your knowledge skills to tackle terrorism, the VEEP says so at the GAF graduation. Government committed to boosting labor productivity, that's according to the minister. I've already brought you the story of the Rich hospital nurse suing an activist for 7 million Ghana cedis. Another story you'll find here on GNA. Art meets enterprise. Castle Junction buzzes with business at Chaliwate. I didn't even know they had started.
The Charlotte is sad. The fall from grace. Because I had no idea Charlotte was even happening. A couple of years ago, it would have been the biggest they would have been talking about. So
I didn't even see anything on social media.
Yeah, that's the whole point. So I'm struggling to understand how, they fell so badly in terms of the spotlight and the attraction and the whole buzz and euphoria that characterized, Charlotte in the past. Anyway, all
right, let me finish. Government eyes 30% women in leadership by 2026. In the Ashanti region, health authorities move to contain rising maternal deaths. Yes. And another story that drew my attention to GNA, is a Ketasco fashion student. She receives applause for skillful and colorful design. And I think this morning when I was scanning social media platforms, I realized that this particular fashion student at Ketasco has been contacted, or her outfit was seen by somebody outside the country, and they're looking for her so that they can mentor her and help her get scholarships to fashion school in the US or in Paris or, you know, one of those big fashion schools outside the country, so that her talent, you know, can be scaled up. Right. Any other stories?
On the international front, the BBC is reporting that Trump's plan to send troops to Chicago is an abuse of power. Illinois' governor has been saying. Pentagon fires intelligence agency chief after Iran attack assessment. Also here, Russia blames nuclear site attack on Ukraine as Kiev marks Independence Day. The Turkish First Lady has been appealing to Melania Trump over Gaza children. And there's a story of a man who allegedly raped 100 and buried in Indian temple town. You know, he's been arrested. And these are some of the big stories on the BBC.com.
Let me quickly run through newscenter.com. Third suspect in immigration officer's murder case dies. Most of the stories we've brought: 81 people dead, 120K lives displaced, 76K hectares of farms lost. And politics and academic honors. They have pictures of past leaders. That'll be an interesting read. Top Ghanaian musicians who quit secular music to serve God. And Goldfield's profit triples to 1.027 billion in first half of 2025. FIFA bans Hearts of Oak from registering new players. Those are some of the stories you'll find on newscenter.com. Good time to delve into some of our stories.
You can go ahead.
Okay. Start with BECE.
Do you have it readily available?
Yes. Channel1newsonline.com. 2025 BECE WAEC to decide on withheld results by September 6. A bit of that story. The West African Examinations Council has announced that it will determine the fate of withheld results for the 2025 Basic Education Certificate Examination by September 6, 2025, following ongoing investigations into reported cases of malpractice. In a press release dated August 23, WAEC said provisional results have been released and are available online. The online portal is here, www.waecgh.org, while printed copies will be sent to schools through district education offices. Now, out of the 603,328 candidates who sat for the exams, the council has withheld the subject results of 1,240 candidates and the entire results of 93 others pending further scrutiny. Additionally, subject results of 718 candidates were cancelled and 177 had their entire results cancelled due to confirmed examination malpractices. WAEC revealed that the withheld results involved candidates from 87 schools, while cancellations affected candidates from 119 schools. The final decision on these cases will be based on the outcomes of investigations expected to conclude by early September. And candidates and school heads can check the status of withheld or cancelled results on the WAEC website by clicking the withheld/cancelled button, which leads to a page explaining the reasons and next steps. WAEC also cautioned the public against fraudsters claiming they can alter results for a fee, warning that results are secure and verifiable. The council expressed gratitude to all stakeholders, including the Ministry of Education, GES, security agencies, and education professionals for their role in ensuring the successful conduct of the 2025 BECE. I don't
know.
understand why we're still recording malpractices in BECE. We need to find a way to solve that issue. It doesn't speak well of a country. It speaks to our integrity. Starting early. We need to change that narrative.
I agree with you. Sometimes you'll be shocked that some of these teachers who even aid and abet, these children, cheating during exams, And I completely agree with you. Yoko's red flag list, these forecast brands are most likely stolen, says Anti-Graft Agency. Story on graphiconline.com. The Economic and Organized Crime Office, Yoko, has revealed that the Honda CR-Vs, the Ford 150 pickup, the Range Rovers, and Dodge models are the most frequently intercepted brands in its ongoing crackdown on stolen vehicles trafficked into Ghana. This comes amid international concerns where Interpol, previously describing Ghana as a lucrative hub for cars stolen primarily from North America. Speaking to Joy News, Leo Anthony Siama, head of Yoko's legal unit, advised potential buyers to exercise extreme caution when considering these models. And he goes on to say, the story goes on to say, Mr. Siama also highlighted a concerning trend of newer models appearing on the market in suspiciously good condition. He urged buyers to be wary of vehicles that seem too new and accident-free, particularly the 2023 and 2024 models, which deviate from the traditional market focus on salvaged or accident-damaged cars. So if you are going to buy a car, you just have to be careful.
Mention the cars again. I had a Honda CR-V.
There's a Honda CR-V in there. There's also Dodge models.
Okay.
There's also...
when they say Dodge models, which model? You can't just throw it out there, Dodge models.
The story just said Dodge models and Range Rover and the Ford F-150 trucks. In North America, they call them trucks. We say pickups, but they say trucks. Yeah, so, but the point really is that if you want to buy a vehicle, just go through the due diligence and you'll be fine. The system that currently exists is such that it's rigorous enough. So if you go through from customs to DVLA, to even trying to get a roadworthy and all of that, by the time you go through the process, I'm sure if there are any lapses somewhere, the system will expose it. So it's important that car buyers and the dealerships especially do this due diligence so they don't have to endure this embarrassment of going to buy vehicles that have a checkered history or a history that isn't pleasant.
All right. Immigration officers murder third suspect reported dead. A third suspect linked to the murder of a 38-year-old immigration officer, Stephen Kingamwa, has reportedly died after a short illness. The development was confirmed to City News by the deceased's brother, Kwesi Amoakon, who said he was informed by the CID officer handling the case. Yesterday, we went to court, and I can confirm that the third suspect has passed on. I was told by the police CID, the one who is in charge of the case. We thank God that our brother has started seeking justice for himself, Mr. Amoakon said. The death of the suspect adds a new twist to the ongoing case, which has attracted public attention following the brutal killing of the officer. Mr. Amoa's family has consistently demanded swift and thorough investigations to bring closure and ensure justice is served. Police are yet to issue an official statement on the reported death. Amoa, 38, was reported missing on July 3, 2025, after leaving home to meet a friend at a Shongman estate. His charred body was later discovered on July 9 at Abuom Junction near Kwabinya, sparking a manhunt and an intensive police investigation. Sad. I think when we posted this story on our social media handles, people were like, no, go and wake him up so that he can face justice. You can't kill somebody or, be a suspect in a case and then just pass away like that. They should go and wake him up. But the police are yet to release an official statement on the reported death. So we wait to see. We wait for the confirmation from the police, but this is what is being reported by
You know, it's been a very difficult story to follow. You know, one that, you know, triggered a lot of emotions, you know, particularly because of the nature of the story. And, you know, we want to urge the family members of the slain immigration officer to exercise a lot of restraint. You know, it's difficult, we know. It's an unimaginably difficult situation to be in. You know, but the law of the land must also work. So there's been instances where we've seen that they are attacking, you know, court officials, they are attacking lawyers of the defense lawyers for the suspect, you know, and that doesn't really tell a good story. You know, it doesn't make the case any better. So we would urge them, you know, despite their pain, they should exercise a lot of restraint, you know, and let the laws flow. And I'm sure at the end of the day, justice will be served. And whatever they are looking for, you know, they'll get it back. You know, where they are seen to be attacking court officials, you know, attacking lawyers, you know, making the work of the police very difficult under the circumstances, it makes the whole thing, you know, come out, you know, in a certain look, and it's really not the best for them.
I think generally, and sometimes you know where the family is coming from. There are lots of murder cases in our country that
goes under the radar.
Yes, exactly. The lady who was allegedly killed by her husband in KNUST, still pending. The family is still waiting for justice to be served them. So, in a way, you do understand where the family is coming from, but hopefully justice will be served regardless of how long or how...
I mean, see, and we can even say same for our healthcare, right? So, for example, when the attack happened, you know, people are like, there's a structural problem with healthcare delivery in the country. Let's just not look at it as an attack on a health worker, right? And you can say same for our justice delivery system. You know, it hides under the guise of the wheels of justice grind slowly.
And in Ghana, it grinds extremely slowly.
And with that, a lot of things go under the radar. So we'd want to urge, you know, the decision makers, those in authority, the acting chief justice. I think we need the attorney general, also very especially. We need significant reforms, right, in the way our court systems work, the way our justice delivery system works. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's extremely terrible. You know, if you compare across board, especially in the sub-region, we are doing okay. But there are certain areas where we need to improve, right? Sometimes cases take forever, too long, way too long, you know, and it doesn't help the process. And sometimes even like the popular adage says, justice delayed is also justice denied, you know. So we need to be looking at all of those things. And I want to urge, right now they say we have acting chief justice or
there's a second acting?
Yeah, so I think, I don't know if he's back in the country, but the acting chief justice.
He left the country.
Justice Paul Bafobon, he left the country.
Okay.
So another acting chief justice, Justice Gabriel Poaman. Yeah, some people said he's the acting chief justice, you know, acting on behalf of the acting chief. We don't know that he's an acting chief justice, you know. This can be the legacy that they can leave, that, you know, in the interim when they spearheaded Ghana's judiciary, we saw very long-lasting reforms, including very innovative ways around bringing closure to some of these long-winding cases, because it doesn't serve the family any good. It doesn't serve our justice delivery system any good in the country, you know. There's a story here. Political parties intensify campaigns ahead of Akwatia by-election. Brief excerpt read: with just over a week to go, political parties are ramping up their campaigns in the Akwatia constituency ahead of the highly anticipated by-election scheduled for Wednesday, 2nd September 2025. The by-election was triggered by the demise of the sitting Member of Parliament, Ernest Kumi, leaving the seat vacant in one of the region's most politically active constituencies. As election day draws near, major parties, including the New Patriotic Party, the National Democratic Congress, and other smaller contenders, are leaving nothing to chance. It goes on to talk about how the campaign is surging, door-to-door campaigns, mini rallies, health walks, town hall meetings, all in a bid to woo undecided voters. And I've been to Akwatia very well. You know, I covered it extensively in the 2020 election. Prior to the election, I was there with Bernard Omane and the team. It's an interesting political area, right? So in the 2020 election, the MPP won the presidential, and they lost the parliamentary to the NDC candidate, who goes by the name Harry Boakye. He said they call him C. Ronaldo, you know, and because it's been swinging. So even Baba Jamal of the NDC has won it before. But I mean, historically, traditionally, they lean more towards the MPP. Now, it was a very popular refrain when we went there. All of them were saying that the MPP had mistreated Ama. What's this name of this woman? Amase. They said the MPP had mistreated her because she's been ridiculed for not being able to communicate effectively in the English language because she was a hairdresser. And for that reason, they had sidelined her. So a lot of the traders, and it's a busy trading area. Right. Aside the mines, it's a very busy trading area. You know, they have a big Tuesday market. So the people were peeved and they said, see, we're going to vote Nanado and vote against
skirt and blouse, what we call skirt and blouse.
And Escumi stood in that election, you know, and was seen very close to the current national women's organizer.
Right.
You know, he was seen as the national woman organizer who hails from the region, you know, as her
aide or her
aide
friend
of a sort. Okay. You know, he was very close to her. You know, and if you know Kate Jemfa very well, she commands some level of, you know, respect, following within the Akwatia and by Far Eastern region. So he lost. Escumi will lose that election, you know, but he'll go on to win the 2024 election. But of course, you all know the brouhaha that ensued. The guy, the sitting MP, you know, took him on.
For a couple of months, yeah.
And now, the sitting MP who took him on in court, his lawyer, now went to the primaries with him, beat him in the NDC primaries. And you know, for me, it's politics, right?
Yeah.
You know, there's no hard feelings. But you know, if I come and take you as a lawyer,
yes,
to go and challenge an election petition, not personal issues, or election petition, you know, I've opened up to you.
Are you saying that the lawyers shouldn't have
I
picked
think
up forms
on the matter of principle, maybe principle is not a word, but like, you know, but you see, politics is not an affection thing.
No, it's
but
not.
But you see, there's a certain, if somebody picks you as a lawyer, right, there's a certain level of vulnerability that comes with it.
Yeah.
The person opens up to you in ways he wouldn't to any other person, right? You know, he brings everything before you, all his documents, you know, everything to try and make a strong case. So there's a certain level of vulnerability. So as a lawyer, to now go behind your client's back
so you feel
and contest him, you know, they'll say that, the game is the game.
Politics is a game.
True, but there should be a place for chances, there should be a place for fair play. And
what makes you think that he wasn't fair?
If you're in court arguing that your client won an election, then you turn back and go and say that you are taking him on. Then it means that there's no principle. Whatever you were arguing for in 2020,
Jude, there was an election
in 2024,
at the NDC primaries, and he won fair and square.
Nobody
told them what he can do for them, and they voted for him.
It smacks of political betrayal. Hey!
Now you're making up your own words.
No. But I know, I've come to you, that lawyer, help me win a case in court. It's not like we are talking 5 years ago. We are talking just last year, December.
Yes.
Barely 8 months ago.
Yeah.
You know, and I've lost the case. You're helping me in court. Now, circumstances happen that you have to, and you come and contest me.
But I honestly think that if the NDC electorates who elected the lawyer to stand for them in this election wanted the same person, they would have elected him. Because he stood, did he not?
Yeah, but you see, the thing also is that the dynamics change, right? The dynamics change. I don't have a... Anyway, let's move on. Yeah, but you see...
They've listened to the lawyer and they voted for him to represent them. So we wish them well.
There's a certain level of vulnerability, in my view, the lawyer exploited. And I don't think that it was
right.
fair play.
Okay.
You know, if you want to contest, let him go this one because
This is
you
not
are in
FIFA.
court arguing that he won. So let him go and
this
prove.
Is not FIFA.
Yeah, but
it's politics.
Yeah, but we should get to a point where our politics is on a certain level of, you know, fairness and principles. You know, so yeah, they'll say at the end of the day, it's survival of the fittest. I don't believe in some of those things, so I don't know, but we'll see. You know,
We'll see how it plays out.
We'll see how it plays out.
I think the by-election is pretty soon. What, September 2?
Yeah, and you're not impugning any wrongdoing on the part of the lawyer.
Oh, no.
We are saying that he's allowed to decide and make choices for himself, right? But I'm only saying that some of the choices should be, you know, it should have a human touch, kakra. You know, the buga and the Charlie, it's on way.
Human touch, kakra. I like that.
Anyway, yeah, so these are the big stories. Let me just bring you this international story briefly. UK agrees to pay Kenyans affected by military fire. You know, they are compensating left, right, center. So the UK government has agreed to pay compensation to thousands of Kenyans who were affected by a fire caused by the British military training exercise 4 years ago. The out-of-court settlement follows a lengthy legal battle in which 723 claimants said they had lost property and suffered health complications because of the 2021 fire in the Lodaiga Conservancy in Kenya's Rift Valley. A spokesperson from the British High Commission in Nairobi said the UK accepts responsibility for the fire, and that is why compensation has been paid, adding that it is the right thing to do. Now, you know, it's an interesting story because if you read deep down into the story, it says that they couldn't, the reason why the payments delayed and all of that, and also to prevent a protracted, you know, legal battle, is that they couldn't tell whether the evidence, you know, and these people today use firewood to cook. So the people went to the hospital and said that, oh, they had inhaled smoke. They said they can't tell whether it was the British fire that caused the smoke inhalation that caused the problems, or it's because they cook with firewood, you know, and that, you know, led to a very protracted legal battle. But the BBC is reporting that the UK has agreed to pay the Kenyans affected by the military fire. So some good news coming in.
All right. Well, that's our news review segment for you. This is Sunday Breakfast with me, Inusafo, and Jude Duncan. When we come back, we have so much more for you. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Are you aged 45 years and over and or noticed blood in your stool and have a family history of cancer? Then don't hesitate to have a colonoscopy. Early detection of cancer and effective treatment saves lives. Visit us or call us on 0244 581 541 or 0271 054 204. Mintuba Hospital, in to serve a peculiar health need.
Sister, me dad, dear Betty, be an amium, I could eat that. Me many tears, some of them is a kind of a set. You made us with it. Sika, sit here to the moon. Did you see a more? Baggy the one, yeah. So, what you say bag number? One number to show. Wow. That's a minute from you, Banana Solio.
You look amazing. Have you discovered a new secret to stay healthy these days?
Actually, I have. It's called SOS Advance. It is a health supplement manufactured in the UK with 11 essential oils like frankincense, black seed, oregano, and neems, all powered by nanotechnology.
Wow, that's impressive. What does it do?
SOS Advance supports your immune system against invading pathogens, including viruses, bacteria, and toxins. It also provides antioxidant effects to help combat free radicals and reduce oxidative stress on your body.
Wow, I really need this. Like, I've been feeling off lately, but I can't pinpoint exactly what the problem is.
Oh, easy. I think you should get it. You can find it at every pharmacy nearby.
There's a pharmacy here. Let's go. Thank you. I beg, his womb is pain.
Pregnant and lactating mothers should contact their physicians. This advert is FDA approved.
This August, get ready for an unforgettable night of worship and celebration as Perez Music presents Glorified, dubbed His Love and Kindness. Ministering live, Perez Music, alongside the legendary Daughters of Glorious Jesus. Also ministering Joyful Way Incorporated, Minister Gabby Akwatia and Edom Evangelist. Join us on Sunday, the 31st of August, 2025 at 4 p.m. sharp at the Victory Bible Church, Awoshi Dominion Sanctuary for an evening of powerful ministry and praise. It's absolutely free. But if you would like to support this ministry, you can do so by purchasing our special event merchandise or call 0557 116 607. That is 0557 116 607. Let's come together and raise a sound of gratitude for God's love and kindness. It's going to be nothing short of heaven on earth. This event is proudly sponsored by Eddie Spitzer and powered by Rima City of Worship. Media partner City FM and Channel 1 TV.
You've seen nothing yet. This Big Brother Naija Season 10. It's 10 times the drama, 10 times the rivalry, and 10 times the game. This is certified. No zero, no minus. Big Brother Naija Season 10. Showing 24/7 on DSTV and on GoTV. Gold sponsor, Guinness.
This is Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel 1 TV. I am Inoself when I do this with Jude Duncan. Joining us is Kweku David, and we're talking This is Ghana exhibition, that exhibition that you shouldn't miss because we're showcasing all things indigenously made here in the country. Hi, Kweku.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm upbeat. I'm in good spirits. Yeah.
You're supposed to bring us mushrooms.
Oh,
And Kit Kat.
That listen. This is Ghana.
Kweku.
Oh.
But the mushrooms are grown
Ghana.
here.
You see, that's agrife. No, in fact, that one is even back to your village.
I feel scammed.
No, that's back to your village. So you have this one. We're talking. This is Ghana. You shouldn't feel scam. You see, me need that social member. I got last minute. He said, "Charlie, can you go?" I said, "Oh, why not? I can go," but I wasn't ready. You see that thing. So
I still feel scammed.
you feel scammed there.
Yes.
I'll deal with the problem in such a way that you will come back on air and then you'll be singing my praises.
The way Kweku came to sit there and say that the mushrooms will sound something be and it'll taste like kebab and things, say
Listen.
It's all good.
Vivian is watching. Vivian Kayaloko is watching. Ask her to testify on my behalf, whether what I'm saying is not true or not. Yeah. No, and you yourself, you will testify soon.
All right, good. Let's delve into our conversation.
Yes.
We say this is Ghana, this is Ghana, this is Ghana. What is this is Ghana?
So the essence of This is Ghana really is about bringing focus and attention on the capacity of Ghanaians to make what we want by ourselves, produce what we want right here in Ghana in terms of the finished products in terms of, even if it's assembled, but it's put together here in Ghana. That's what we're talking about. So you have the things that are produced and the things that are manufactured. Now, manufacturing is the process of 0 to 100, everything is here. Right. Then there's the production, where you're assembling things, putting things together. The raw materials may not necessarily be from Ghana, but everything's put together here. Then that's the production. So whether it's produced or manufactured, it's all done here. This is Ghana. Then we're talking about services. We're talking about research and all of that, because there are also research organizations that are very big in terms of looking into the future of what is possible for us to also produce.
CSIR, atomic energy.
That's the CSIRs, the atomic energies, and so on. They are also part of the conversation when we talk about this is Ghana. So it's a full 360 convo that is geared at helping Ghanaians to see what we've already done and then to see what's also possible to do as Ghanaians. You know, I believe that there was a time when we made our own things. I mean, we have the famous Birim match factory. We have so many other.
I heard the Lighthouse Chapel here was a match factory.
Yes, that's the Birim factory. That's where the Birim,
that's the Birim factory.
Match factory.
Match
yes,
factory
yes, that's where it was. Yes,
I understand we used to make glass.
Everything
in Ghana.
Aboso glass factory. I've actually driven past the Aboso glass factory. You know, in a very dilapidated state. But yes, it was there.
Those
they used to exist. You know, blowing our own glasses. So like, I mean, you can imagine champagne flutes, everything. We were making them in Ghana. You know, so what happened? Well, a lot. But today we want to revisit that conversation and say there's a whole generation or even generations that don't know that it's possible that whatever they've seen in Dubai in terms of the shops and on the shelves, it can be done right here, right? So this is Ghana has come to tell that story, to say that it's possible, it can be done here. Take a look. You look at the product, the finishing looks like, did you buy it from Paris? No, Accra. Really, it's made in Ghana? Yes, made in Ghana. Okay, and so that's what we want to do. And then the kids that are also coming up, many of them have never seen anything in their house that's made in Ghana, because everything is imported from somewhere else. We're saying that no, let's change that narrative. Let's introduce our children to our own products and help bring back some pride in being Ghanaian, and said, no, this is this is also Ghanaian. You know, a bit like that feeling that everybody had at a point when Michael Essien went to Chelsea for the first time, and it was like, oh, you're from Ghana, you know, Michael Essien, you know, that's it. Asamoah Gyan, you know. So that's what we want, the Ghanaian pride, and that's what this is Ghana is all about. Yeah.
Why do you think it's so important to showcase what we have as Ghanaians?
Well, you see, the thing is that if you build it, you can have it. If you don't build it, you always borrow from somebody else. You always go and blow somebody else's horn. You always go and spend in somebody else's economy, right? So, for example, this shirt I'm wearing is made in Ghana. Now, this is the Nyamidua symbol, right? Now,
oh really?
Yes.
Now you're rethinking your shirt choices.
No, it's made. The company is called Keche Clothing, right?
Keche Clothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
so they make like office white shirts and stuff like that. They do
all of that.
Wow.
You know, nice dress shirts, your typical what you would love to wear on a Friday as an easy.
Are they signed up for This Is Ghana?
No, they haven't signed up for This Is Ghana, but there's a whole lot of other fashion brands, Ghanaian fashion brands, Pimpam, and others who have signed up to, you know, to be part of This Is Ghana, you know. So yes, I mean, I think that it's important for us to not just talk the talk, but walk the talk.
Yeah.
You know, and let people know that it's doable. You know, and if others have done it, why not you? Do you see? So yeah, I mean, I just.
What should we expect at this year's This Is Ghana? I do know that we're not doing it at our usual location.
Yes.
So yeah, give us a bit of the
So
details.
it's bigger, it's better. The experience, and we're always about selling a good experience, all right? Because I think that when people engage with their emotions, you know, and you know, whenever you see an advert on television, I don't know anybody who takes out their phone or their, you know, however you buy your things and says, okay, let's go to the market now because I've seen this product on TV. Nobody ever does that. But you take note of things. But usually what happens is that there's an emotional connection with the thing you're seeing on TV to say, okay, next time I'm in the shop, I think I like what I'm seeing. I like how I feel about what I'm seeing. So for us, it's about creating an emotional connection with the products, with the space. So when people come, when they leave feeling good about the experience they've had that day, the likelihood of them not just to return back to any of our events, but to also connect with the products that they saw and the people that they met is very high. So for us, it's about creating that experience, which is a great experience. So you're going to come into a much bigger space. There's going to be a lot more vendors. But having a lot more vendors doesn't mean that it's going to be crowded, because you know that the Afua Sutherland Children's Park is a huge space.
Jude and I refuse to call it a children's park.
You do that at your own peril, because it is originally a children's park.
Originally.
Did you ever go there as a child?
Yeah, when it was functioning.
So it's a children's park.
It's a park.
Charlie, I was there when there were swings and the helicopter, which was moved. You know, I think at that point there was a helicopter.
There was even like
ago,
some mini train.
And then there was this, the merry-go-rounds. There's a whole lot of things that were there.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. And then there was a circus that came to, I don't know if you saw that circus.
Yeah, I think it came to Kumasi as well.
Yeah,
that circus.
the circus, yeah.
A lot of
you know,
fun.
so a lot of things have happened in that space, but that space is massive, you know. So we're going to have it there. There's going to be great music. So we're going to have some of our favorite bands are going to be there. In Chinchim, of course, will be playing some good music. I believe Kwampa, if I'm not wrong, is going to be there as well, giving us some fantastic experiences. And, you know, people love it when these groups are around and they're playing such fantastic music. And they know how to engage,
yes,
you know.
They do.
Yeah, they know how to engage. So for us, it's about giving people a full day's experience where when you come, it's not just about coming to look at products and walking away. Now, you know, whenever you are hungry, you don't, marketing strategy. Whenever you're selling a product, you have to make sure that people don't leave because they're hungry. So we have a lot of chilled drinks, nice grills. People can grill and shop, chew the kebabs and shop, listen to good music. I mean, is it a vibe that's being created here? So whilst you're enjoying all of that, you take your time, because now you don't need to rush and go.
Right.
Because the kids, oh, Mommy, I'm hungry.
There's something for you to eat.
Some kebabs over there. And you know how kids are. If I see kebab and you're telling me there's fufu at home, no. The kebab is the one that I want. So now we don't have to rush and go. Right. So yes, so it's a full day family days experience, you know, and it's 2 days. So you can take your time, enjoy it, go home, come back the next day, and come and wrap up things, you know, and all of that. So yes, that's This Is Ghana 2025.
Bigger space and all of that.
Yes.
If I'm an exhibitor, First, how do I register? Second, what should I be looking forward to?
Well, thousands of patrons are going to be coming through that space. We can guarantee you that as a patron. To register is very easy. If you're an exhibitor, or you want to exhibit, it's very easy. 0205 973 973. Call, participate. Call somebody will walk you through how to register and become a participant. Now, as a patron, it's free entry, so you don't need to spend any money to come and see. There's no money. It doesn't cost you anything to come and see. Just come ready to spend, because there'll be a lot of good quality products, top-notch quality products that you see in any place that you can talk of in the world. You know, when you see the products, all the way from shoes to bags to clothes to confectionaries, like, you know, chocolate, whatever, all the way to cars. You will have all those available, you know, for you to experience and spend money on as well. Yeah. So this is Ghana this year.
You know, I love the fact that it's a wide range of, you know, products on display. Maybe you should just give us a sneak peek into where we've seen cars. You know, are you going to make the cars there, or are bringing locally assembled cars? And do we even know some of the brands?
Locally assembled cars, yes. But you know that the Ghana Automotive Assembly Company has been responsible for bringing together a number of assembly plants in this country. So some of them will be featuring, you know. In the past, we've had the likes of Zonda and so on coming on and all of that. So this year is no different. We're going to have cars assembled in Ghana being showcased. And some of them are taking double stands, you know, because they're looking to, you know, the people are serious. And I always say, if you look at an event that's happening, usually a good clue to how serious the event is are the sponsors. Those who have decided to back the event can give you an idea of the level at which we are playing at, you know. And this year, our sponsors, top notch. We are not playing. No. We are not. We are not taking it easy at all.
We did not come to play.
So, those who are supporting us, we have two companies supporting us. We have Built Financial Technologies and Twellium Industrial Company Limited, who have decided to come and support this event. Okay. Now, our sponsors, we have MTN, EcoBank. Now, MTN. Telcos,
everywhere you go,
you know how it is. EcoBank, too, you know, in terms of the banking space, is, I mean,
for eons.
Pan-African Bank.
Yeah.
Okay, across the continent. Side hustle from EK Brand Consult. Okay, we also have Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and Ghana Exim Bank. Okay, now these are big hitters as far as governmental backing is concerned. Okay, so if you have all of these sponsors, and of course we're open to more, right, who are backing the event, already tells you the level at which this event is playing at, you know. So yes, it's going to be big, it's going to be fantastic. I think that everybody should make it a point that at least one of the days, either the 6th or the 7th, you pass through just to see. Okay, even if you're not ready to spend money, don't worry at all. Just come pass through and see, because it's part of the experience. Part of what we're trying to sell is the seeing part, because it's both an exhibition and a vending opportunity for exhibitors. Right. So come and see as well. And if you take numbers, take flyers, take business cards, come and see. Build networks, come and see.
You know, yesterday on the show, we interviewed one of the
exhibitors
who we showcased in this product. And he said on the show that he was excited about these events because post the event, they also have a lot of free advertisements, where they show a lot of what happened on the TV for them. Are we going to see same this year as well? And what's the plan to help some of these exhibitors post the fair?
Yeah. So what we like to do is so let me just say that we call our events off-air programming.
Okay.
So we have our live programs, we have our recorded programs, but we have our off-air programming. So it's an event, but for us, it's also a program that we are having. We will film it, we produce it, we interview the exhibitors, we interview the patrons, what the experience that they are having. And so when we come back, we then package some of this and then we show it back. Because for us, I believe that apart from giving people a good experience in the 2 days, giving people value for money as well. Because people have put a lot of money to support us. So for us, it's also about giving them value for money as well, our sponsors especially, and then of course the exhibitors as well, for having faith in us to say that, look, we want to be part of this event in particular, because a lot of people are these days looking at what we're doing and saying, you know what, it looks like this is actually working, so let's also do this. But in a certain sense, we want to let people remember that this is Ghana, this is the 10th year that we're doing this. At a time when maybe people didn't have so much faith in the Ghana brand, we started and said, this is Ghana, come and take a look. And we've sustained it, and this is the 10th year now that we're doing this, I remember the first one that we did, 2015. And yeah, it was big back then. But this is way bigger. Yeah.
I mean, someone wants to know, and I've been getting a lot of questions. I think one of the fairs or a couple of our events, we've had these This is Ghana shirts, which we have sold, and they've been asking for it. So I'm putting you on the spot. I don't know whether you know whether those shirts or those hoodies are going to be there.
Well, let me just say that that's above my pay grade. I would have loved to be the one to commit myself to say that it's going to be available, but unfortunately it's above my pay grade. And so I can't, but anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Okay, run us through where it's happening and all the dates, the time. And is there an end time, or especially on the Sunday?
So you see, when it comes to our events, it's very. The question I tell people always: don't ask the closing date, or no, we close when we are full.
Okay.
We have a target number of exhibitors we're looking for. Once we have our number, that's it. Okay, so it's a bit like our heritage caravan,
oh
right?
My word.
If it's 120 people, it's 120 people. Once we have our 120, it's full. So it could be in an hour, it could be in a day, but we don't know. We don't determine that.
Yeah.
Viewers and listeners determine that, how fast you come and register. So really, I know some people called the first week we announced it.
Yeah.
They registered and everything else, but
and
they haven't paid.
paid.
So please, make sure you pay up ASAP, because you may have called the first week and you could still be disappointed. Okay.
Right.
It's happening on the 6th and 7th of September. It's 2 weeks this weekend. It's 2 weeks this weekend. So don't miss out on it. If you're a patron, you want to come through and see, just mark it on your calendar and be part of it. Okay, it's the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park. They say I shouldn't say Children's Park, but yeah, It's opposite the Kempinski Hotel or Accra Rich Church.
Right.
Which is where I went to school, by the way.
Oh,
just
nice.
Just by way of information.
You're in good company.
Oh
yeah, the likes of Vivian Carlo. Fred Tete major people. I can mention some other names, but I'll let it slide. Thank you so much for your time.
Too,
always a pleasure having you in studio.
It's good being here.
Good David. Major guy. But that's all time will allow us for a conversation on the This is Ghana Fair happening on the 6th and 7th of September later this year. You don't want to miss any part of this. We'll take a quick break. When we're back, there's a lot more on Sunday Breakfast. Don't go away.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go!
It's on SuperSport all season long. Pay your subscription today. Dial *759#. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
Remember who we are singing now. At risk of prostate enlargement. We a member or her 20 ebitimi prostate cancer. 5 bitimi afamu na dia obefamu.
Actually, this is not my fault.
And to wada entina mede mani Executive Prostate Center.
Executive Prostate Center is a unique medical center where we harmonize in-depth traditional medicine with cutting-edge science and technology to cure, to treat, and to prevent diseases like prostate enlargement, prostate cancer.
Executive Prostate Center. Madame home. Facilities no any professional medical care.
Sisi a bibia clear system no. Ye nro ne so de natural. Into we koso afama ye.
Executive Prostate Center. My cured.
In Ghana, West Africa, the mornings are somewhat, if not for the perfect companion. What a good day to start. It always smiles knowing we are together. Work is always effective with NASCO home appliances.
If it not be you, then who go there?
Classic home appliance for the fisher folks. And Nijepa, I want NASCO fie. NASCO, bring home happiness.
You've seen nothing yet. This Big Brother Naija Season 10. It's 10 times the drama, 10 times the rivalry, and 10 times the game. This is certified. No zero, no minus. Big Brother Naija Season 10. Showing 24/7 on DSTV and on GoTV. Gold sponsor, Guinness.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through to 5 p.m. each day. The venue is
the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For enquiries or participation details, call us on 0205-973-973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and Ghana Exim Bank, and is supported by 20th Industrial Company Limited and Build Financial Technologies.
We take it on a diplomatic turn this week on the Upside Down Show. Frema Edunyame and Nanatufo Boate sit with the Israeli ambassador to Ghana, Sierra Leone and Liberia, His Excellency Roy Gillard, who shares with us some insights into his life, including settling the Jollof War.
For the past 12 months, what have you been eating?
Jollof.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my favorite.
And is Ghana getting a free visa to Israel soon? Here is his response.
There is here an issue that we are ironing with your government, and when this issue will be solved, we might have a policy of no visas. But I don't see it coming in the very near future.
The Century Band comes through with some sweet spiritual tunes to complement the night. So, join us this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV for the Upside Down Show.
Harmony in the kitchen begins with harmony in the soul. And my guest, Fifi Flawless, is a musician. And what did they say? Music is food for what? For the soul. And so the philosophy is complete.
I'm going to be preparing yams and garden next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
You joined the orchestra and then you met like-minded people.
Yes,
And
so that was
after
the
secondary school, you didn't want to.
Yeah, I
just
didn't
sit
want
at
to
home.
just go into anything. I just wanted to continue with the instrument. So it was there I met AJ Fannin.
Okay, so
AJ
that means you started learning the instrument even, was it when you were in high school or before you went to high school?
So I was introduced to it when I was in high school.
Okay.
This is this is a really nice package.
It's really cool, isn't it?
It's really nice.
And I like the way they've done like the small sachets, so
yeah.
Everything in one. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I end up falling in love with you?
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom and Lily Rice. In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensah.
For social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensah.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
Welcome back. This is Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel 1 TV with myself, Jude, Duncan, and Osafo is also here with me. We'll continue the show, but now with the focus on health. We'll be looking at conversations around diabetes, treatment, symptoms, and what you can do if you have the condition to also improve your state. Helping us through this conversation is Dr. Kalsum Zakaria Adam, who is a public health advocate and also a doctor at Kolebu. She treats people. Doc, good morning and welcome to Sunday Breakfast.
Good morning.
You know, it's. I hope you had a good week.
Yeah, I did. Not too bad.
You know, your initial response didn't sound very convincing, but we'll take that.
Tiring, but
it was tiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's also the time of month and the weather.
Well, partly.
Partly.
Yeah, but it was a lot of work.
There was a lot of work.
Yeah.
People are not taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Today on the show, I want to look at diabetes. Maybe I know remind us of our number.
Right. Let me remind our viewers that if you have any questions about the conversation we're about to have, do send them to the WhatsApp number 0204 447 033 0204 447 033. Alternatively, you can use our social media handles with the hashtag Sunday Breakfast, and we will ask Doc for you.
Amazing. So, Doc, like we rightly said, it's diabetes, you know, and a lot of the time when it's mentioned, what comes or readily rings in the mind of people is the fact that there's like an excessive consumption of sugary stuff. You know, that now affects the body. But you're a medical doctor, so you tell us what it is to begin the conversation.
All right. So diabetes is a metabolic condition that is marked by hyperglycemia and that is as a result of a defect in either insulin secretion or insulin action or both. So when I say hyperglycemia means that you have a lot of, when we take samples of your sugar, of your blood, notice that there's a lot of sugar or glucose within the blood. You get it? And it has to do, because I said it's a metabolic condition, and it's as a result of multiple organs. It involves multiple organs and multiple metabolites as well. And that is what leads to what we see as hyperglycemia within the person. And so when you take a sample of the person's blood, you notice that there is high levels of glucose in there. And it has to do with the defect, a defect in either the secretion of insulin or the action of insulin, or a combination of the two. And it's as a result of, we have types. So we have type 1 and then we have type 2. So there's something called the pancreas that is within the body, okay? It's usually behind the peritoneum within us in our abdomen. And it secretes different hormones within the body that help to regulate sugar that it's used within the body for production of energy to help you with your metabolism. Okay, so the moment you have either an autoimmune condition that affects the beta cells, so the beta cells are what produce the insulin. So if you have an autoimmune condition that actually affects that beta cells, yes, we can see that you have type 1. And then if there is also, as a result of insensitivity, so now you have the insulin is being produced, but it's not as sensitive as it used to be before, so it doesn't do the work that it's supposed to be doing. Or you have overproduction of the glucose within your body such that whatever insulin that's produced is not able to work effectively to help with pushing of sugar or glucose into the cells so that it can be used as it should be used. Or so any of these interplaying, then you notice that you tend to have some glucose levels that are high with some symptoms associated with it. So insulin, basically what it does is there's a hormone, it's produced by the beta cells, And what it does is that it helps to push the sugar into the cells. So you have cells, I mean, your body is made up of organs, and these organs come together to make up systems. And then you end up, you have your kidney, your renal system, you have your heart or your cardiovascular system and all of that. But all of them function on this sugar. So this sugar needs to enter into the cells, and these cells will then metabolize them and then lead to the production of energy that is used for repair and then used for production of other metabolites that you need within the body. So the insulin is the main thing that helps, once there's sugar within your blood, it helps to push the sugar into the cells so that you can use it, or so that these cells can use it for the production of energy that is used. So diabetes is basically when the body is starving in the midst of many. So you have the sugar within the blood, but then the cells are starving. So intracellularly, the cells are starving. They can't access the sugar for them to be able to use it for the production of the energy that is needed to help with your regular hemostasis.
I get a sense that diabetes is one of those topics where if we wake you up at dawn to talk about, you just start rattling. It's interesting.
Type 1 and 2, is one more serious than the other?
Not exactly. It has to do with when it starts. So type 1 is basically an autoimmune condition. So it's when you have yourself attacking the beta cells. So your own, if there are some antibodies or that have been produced against your beta cells, such that you can't, the beta cells are destroyed. So they are not available to even produce the insulin. While type 2 basically has to do with lifestyle. So you can develop it as you are growing, based on the fact that you may end up having obesity, or you have some lifestyle, you're eating too many refined foods, such that now the body becomes overwhelmed, and then the insulin that is being produced is not as sensitive as it should be. So it's not doing the work that it's supposed to do. So it's not doing it the way it should. So eventually you end up with high levels of sugar. And then most of the time, type 1, if you have children that have been diagnosed with diabetes, is most likely, or majority of them will be type 1 as opposed to type 2, which is more lifestyle related.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I got someone who mentioned to me that, they went to the hospital one time, and the clotting of, or the slow healing of wounds was linked to diabetes.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, so what was the relationship?
Yes, so maybe we'll talk about the signs and symptoms. So the signs and symptoms typically would be the polyphagia, polyuria, polydipsia. So when I say polyphagia means that now the person wants to eat more, okay? They tend to get hungry more and they want to eat more. Polydipsia, they want to drink a lot of water, okay? They get thirsty more and more, and then they want to. And then polyuria is they are producing a lot of urine because of the high level. So what happens is that when you have sugar or you have glucose within the blood, you notice that there's a threshold. When it surpasses that threshold for the renal or your kidneys to be able to excrete, then you end up having something we call glycosuria. So some of the glucose will then be excreted into your urine. So in that sense, you tend to pull water because of the high osmolality. You tend to pull more water into your kidneys, and then you tend to excrete more urine. So that's how come you have that polyuria that we are talking about. And then there are complications associated with it. And then you tend to also lose weight. You're losing weight. Now you don't have the energy that you used to have before. So you're easily fatigued, or you're easily fatigued, okay? And all of these are some of the signs and symptoms that's related to diabetes. And it has complications. It doesn't stay. So when I defined diabetes, I mentioned that it entails multiple organs and multiple substances. So the multiple organs can affect any part of your body. So there's something aside you having all of these symptoms, it can lead to some certain complications that we would want to talk about. So there's something we call the aggregated glycated products. So these aggregated glycated products, what they do is that, so this glucose would then couple with something we call plasma proteins. And then they would end up being deposited in your basement membranes of various organs in your body. So one of them may be, if it's deposited in the retina, okay, then you end up with what? Eye problems or visual problems. When it's deposited in some nerves, you tend to have issues with your nerves. You can't feel if it's muscular, so the nerves, it can affect either your autonomic system, it can affect your sensory, it can affect the motor. So all of these are different parts of the nerves that it can affect, can end up affecting with different signs and symptoms. And then it can also affect your blood vessels, and then it can end up having to give you what we call nephropathies as well, so affecting your kidneys. And the thing is that once you have hyperglycemia, it tends to affect how effective your white blood cells are able to work to help with taking care of healing, or if there's any cuts anywhere, how it would be able to quickly, it becomes sluggish, your white blood cells become sluggish, okay? And then even the endothelium of your blood vessel is also affected. So that is what affects, so your white cells that are supposed to help with the healing process are sluggish, and then also even getting blood to that area becomes problematic. So that's where you tend to have slow healing processes, and then there are certain times that you end up with some gangrene, peripheral artery disease, and all of that, and then it
sounds like a very complicated,
yes,
condition to go through.
It is very, very complicated, but it is very simple in the sense that I think most people do not understand it. It's just like you having hypertension, okay? If you're having if you are diagnosed with hypertension, it's a chronic condition. So even if people don't take anything at all from this discussion that we are having, if you are diagnosed with diabetes, it is a chronic condition. And you need to be on these medications for a long time. So you need to, once you are taking these medications, your numbers or your sugar levels will come down. But the moment you stop, it means that these numbers are going to come up. And then you may end up with all of these complications that I mentioned.
So it can't be cured completely?
No. So there are certain times that maybe when you are in the pre-diabetic, we haven't even spoken about the test.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the pre-diabetic state, maybe if you are found early at the pre-diabetic state with lifestyle modifications, yes, about 1/3 will regress, will not progress to diabetes. But in 5 to 10 years, most people in the pre-diabetic state, if they do not take care of their lifestyle and then modify accordingly, you may end up with diabetes. So it really depends on some lifestyle modification in the pre-diabetic state if you are found at that stage. But then once you've been diagnosed of diabetes and you've been put on these medications, you need to make sure that you are taking these. It is chronic. It's not like malaria or a chest infection that you'll be given some antibiotics or you'll be given some medications for a few days and then it goes away. No. This one is a chronic condition and you need to be on these medications to keep the numbers controlled.
Is it
so the moment you stop, the numbers will go up and then you may end up with some of these complications.
How do you test for it? How's it diagnosed? Can I do it on my own?
Yes. So diabetes there are screening tests that you can undergo. So one of them is the fasting blood sugar. So fasting blood sugar, you should have fasted for about 8 to 12 hours before this test is done. So once it is done, you take venous blood, preferably. You have to check. If you check and it's, if you have values that's about 7 millimole and above, then that is diabetes, that's fasting. Now we have random blood sugar. So random blood sugar is you should have eaten and then some hours after. So when you take that, if you have symptoms, all the symptoms that I have mentioned, some of these symptoms, plus a sugar level of about 11.1 and above, that is also diagnostic of diabetes.
Is it the most common, what's the word, underlying condition we have in this country?
So it
This
tests,
is somebody
it goes
wanting me
hand,
to ask you.
it actually goes hand in hand with even hypertension.
Okay.
So because of the kinds of foods that we are eating,
Okay.
you know,
So lifestyle.
people are being inactive, you know, all of these is increasing the prevalence.
And the snacking of sugary stuff.
Yes, so it's actually increasing the prevalence of diabetes. So we have more numbers now coming on board. I think there was a meta-analysis that was even done in 2018 that gave a prevalence of about 6.46%.
Wow,
yes.
that's significant.
So, yes, quite significant. So then you have more people now being diagnosed of diabetes than before. So we need to talk to people to let people know about. And then if you are 35 years and above, make sure that at least every year you check your sugar. So if it's a fasting, you do your fasting sugar. If it is normal, you wait till the following year and then you check again. And then make sure that you're indulging in all the good lifestyle modification that is available, like making sure that you are exercising about 150 minutes in a week. So if you are doing 30 minutes every day for 5 days, you have gotten your 150 minutes, which is advised. And then make sure that you are also eating well. You are not indulging in very refined foods. Now you have Indomie and all of these things that people just go fast foods, you know.
Snacks.
Yes, so make sure that you are eating, but you are incorporating good roughage in your diet, whole grains in your diet that will help reduce your risk of getting diabetes. Yeah, so we're talking about the test. So aside aside the fasting and then the random, you can also do HbA1c, so glycated hemoglobin. That actually gives you how well you have controlled your sugars in the past 3 months. So in retrospective, so it's actually a very good and sensitive test that you can do. It helps. And also it helps in monitoring, because if somebody, let's say is diabetic, was put on medications, they come back, they're supposed to come back in about a month or 2, and then they go and do all the wrong things, and then maybe a week to their, review, they start taking the medications and they go. If it's likely that their fasting or their random may be normal, but then if you do the HbA1c, you'll be able to tell how well the sugars have been controlled over the 3 months period, and that is more sensitive to be able to use. And then there's also something we call OGTT, which is the oral glucose tolerance test, where you would want to give the patient some sugars to take in at time 0. Having taken the fasting in the morning, you give about 75 grams of the sugar, and then they take it, and then you check. So you check how well the sugars are controlled. So at time 0, then you give, and then you take the sugars, and then you check at an hour, sometimes even 30 minutes, an hour and a half, and then 2 hours. And then that also gives you a better insight into what the sugars are like for that particular patient. So that's also very sensitive.
Why does diabetes often, show in pregnant women? Somebody has never had diabetes in their life. The minute they get pregnant, they have it.
They have it. Yes. So that you would have to look into the person's history. So you have to look. Patients who have positive family history of diabetes are likely to have gestational. So that's another type. We call it gestational diabetes. So diabetes that actually occurs during pregnancy. And also you would have to look at how large did they give birth to large babies in the past? Yes, so that's also another sign. And you have to make sure that you are screening every pregnant woman. At least you screen at week 24. Week 24 to 28 weeks you should. So that's the period where most of them would show if they are going to develop any gestational diabetes. That's the period where they will show those signs. So you should make sure that you screen them at that time. So there's some genetic predisposition, and then also you need to be able to tell from their previous pregnancies if they've given birth before, if they've given birth to large babies, and then this would give you a clear indication. But every pregnant woman is supposed to be screened for diabetes at week 24, latest week 28.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. There's a, well, it's a question, but it's also a myth.
Okay.
Or I think it's a myth. When people go, or when you see ants in someone's urine, doesn't necessarily mean that the sugar level is high, and so they may or may not have diabetes.
Yes, so we mentioned it. I mentioned glycosuria, meaning that you have glucose within your urine because it has surpassed the threshold of your kidneys. So some of the glucose, ideally glucose is not supposed to be excreted through your urine. But then if you have very large volumes, or you have a lot of the glucose within your blood, which is not controlled, then you have some of it appearing in your urine. So if it appears in your urine, and let's say it's somewhere in an open space where you can see some insects around it, then it can also give you high. In fact, some people would even come and tell you that, oh, I've noticed for the past, let's say, week, I have been losing weight, and now I become thirsty easily, and then I tend to eat more than I used to eat. And I also noticed that the last time I went to use the washroom, or I peed outside, I noticed that there were some insects around. So that may even be they are presenting complaints, and you need to look into that. It's likely they have glucosuria that we have mentioned earlier. So yes, it's true that it's possible.
Thank you.
And then you have to make sure that you're exercising. I can't underestimate or underemphasize it. You need to be able to be exercising, make sure that you are eating well. Smoking, avoid smoking, okay? Smoking, and then make sure that if you are drinking in moderation. So all of these, and then, because obesity has a very high link, is one of the greatest risk factors to developing diabetes. So make sure that your BMI is within normal ranges. Make sure if you are overweight, you start checking your weight. If you are obese, you start checking your weight. If you are within the normal BMI, make sure you are maintaining it and you are eating what you should be eating to be able to maintain it. And that would reduce your risk of developing diabetes.
All right, Doc, thank you so much. Dr. Kalsum Zakaria Adam is a public health practitioner and a specialist maxillofacial surgeon. If you're looking for a good to call book, you'll find it there. All right. Oh, there's a question here. Quickly before we go. I know my director will kill me, but what's your opinion on someone taking honey rather than taking refined sugar? And Billa West Hills Mall is asking that question.
Okay. Yes. So that's good. I mean, honey is natural and natural in itself. So it's preferred to taking the regular sugar. Yes. So I think it's better. Yes. Sugar cane is actually what you
refine.
Yes, what you refine to get your normal white sugar. So really doesn't have a difference with your same. Yes. But then honey, I think it has a lot of health benefits if you look it out. Yes. So
all right, Doc, thank you so much. So that wraps up our conversation on diabetes. If you want to, listen to Doc again, go on our YouTube channel, Channel 1 TV, and this video will be there for you. We're heading straight to the central region from our correspondent, Akwatia Ado, and health facilities there, or traditional leaders, are calling for the upgrade of some of their health facilities. Let's take a watch.
The facility initially served as a workstation for the University of Ghana's Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research and was utilized for research into waterborne diseases before it was converted into a health facility. However, the Gomuafete Chips compound has not seen any upgrade, though has existed for over 4 decades. What was supposed to be a maternal ward has been converted into an accommodation for medical staff. The entire facility now has a 3-bed general ward for treating all manner of cases. In its current state, it is unable to meet the health needs of residents who have to either rely on a private hospital or other health posts in other areas.
Compound and saying it is painful. So, yes, I baby, nurse, Robertsna. Yana said, you be piano, na aban bɛhu yɛn bɔbɔ no wɔabrɛ yɛn nursefoɔ ne adɔktafoɔ a wɔbɛbam no wɔabɛyɛ adwuma ɔmo ayɛ a yɛdan no bi ka wɔ sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a aban bɛboa na nursefoɔ ne adɔktafoɔ bɛba ma yɛbɛtumi abie ma yɛkɛse.
But the community's elegant beach front attracts varied categories of tourists. Community leaders fear the facility may not be able to respond to health emergencies involving tourists and have initiated a move to expand the facility. Currently, a 15-bed male, female, and children's ward is being constructed by the community. A separate 8-bed maternal ward is also under construction, and a 3-bed accommodation facility for health workers is also nearing completion.
We had to build a 3-unit bungalow, staff bungalow for health workers, so that the nurses could relocate from the maternity ward and from the other wards to properly so built facilities for accommodation. Then also we are building 3 wards, a male ward, a female ward, and a children's ward. Each of these wards will have 5 beds, and so that will be a 15-bed facility. And then there is a 3rd facility. Part of it will be a pharmacy store, and a pharmacy dispensary, and then the other half will be a new maternity block. So it will have a labor ward, and then it will have a delivery room, and that will have about 8 beds. And so when this project is completed, we would have a 23-bed facility. Furthermore, when the nurses vacate the current wards and current labor ward, those facilities will be converted to a laboratory and other facilities to help the compound, the CHIPS compound.
The nearest facility here was Breku or Winneba. So this came as a big relief for us when the Noguchi people came here. They were not only conducting, but when they came here, they also started running normal clinics as such of the research they were doing. So when they left, then it continued. And I can tell you that it has been a big relief for the people.
These projects are expected to be completed and handed over in September. Chief of Gumuafete, Nana Aborata II, however, is appealing to government to upgrade the facility to a higher status following the completion of these community-initiated projects. He believes that would place the facility in the position to offer a varied health services to the people and tourists.
And when you look at the state of the CHIP compound, it doesn't fit Gumuafete. Well, when you look at the population over here has been increased. So we need to add facilities to what the existing one. We are expecting that the Ministry of Health or the government has to come in to upgrade what we have added to the existing one so that we can have a polyclinic.
The facility initially served as a workstation for the University of Ghana's
Right, let's head to the central region and speak to our correspondent Akwatia, who brought us this story on community leaders calling for upgraded facility to improve services in Gomua Fete. Akwesi, thanks for joining us on Sunday Breakfast.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
We are kicking.
Who's we?
I and my team. You know, we're a team here in the
region. Yes, I do know that.
Myself and Frank, we're doing great this morning.
Great. We like that. All right, Akwesi, tell us about the health facilities currently present in Gomua Fete now. Are there anything to write home about?
So this is not befitting, I should say, and it really needs an upgrade, and that upgrade is, it's quite urgent, because if you really know Gomua Fete very well, Gomua Fete is one of the tourist centers here in the central region, because they have a very beautiful beachfront, and we have quite a number of beachfront facilities in that particular community. And it has a population of over 6,000. And this population, including tourists who visit the community, depend on this CHIPS compound, which is currently a 3-bed facility, and then the ward that serves the ward is for, the ward receives all manner of patients. So from persons who present other cases to women who are in labor, it is this same ward that caters for them. And so in the event that something even happens to a tourist, it would be difficult for that facility to receive that tourist and then maybe even administer some sort of a primary health care before referring them to any different facility. And so it's really urgent for authorities to step in and then do something about this facility we're speaking about here.
Akwasi, let's talk about healthcare delivery in the central region in general. Beyond this, what are some of the major healthcare referral centers in the central region for residents, particularly in Gomoafete?
Okay, so in Gomoafete, but let me begin by saying this, that even before this CHIPS compound came about in the 1970s, the residents relied on health facilities in Senya Breku and then Winneba. And Senya Breku is a bit closer to Gomoafete, but Winneba is a bit far. And to get to Winneba, you would have to travel from Gomoafete through to Ojobi. And then if you want to use an alternative route, so from Ojobi, then you head to Kwekrum and then to Winneba. Or from Gomoafete, you hit Ojobi, Akwatia Junction, then you can use the N1 highway before getting to Winneba. In some other cases, patients are referred to the Mother and Child Hospital or the Kasua Polyclinic in the Otisenya East municipality. And this constituency or district we are speaking about, that is the Gomoa East, is a very big constituency. And it places second in terms of the most populous constituencies in the central region. And some of the health facilities they have directly in the region are one, the Gomoafete CHIPS compound that I've spoken about, which is not in a perfect shape. Then I also know that there are quite a number of health centers and CHIPS compounds that are also in a similar situation. So the major referral points for them is the St. Gregory Catholic Hospital in Gomoa Budumburam. It is a mission hospital. And then they have the Gomoa Potin Polyclinic. Nyenyano, which is closer to Gomoafete, has a health center, but it is also not in a perfect condition.
Interesting.
All right.
You hold your gun for us.
Akwasi, hold on a bit for us. Let's speak to Nana Indadoasari. He's the development chief for Gomoafete. Nana, you're welcome to Sunday Breakfast on Channel 1 TV.
Thank you very much, and good morning.
Good morning to you, too. I hope you're well.
By God's grace, I'm doing very well.
We thank God. Nana, briefly tell us whether you have been able to engage health authorities on the state of your health facilities in Gomoafete.
Yes, they are very much aware as we come under their authority. They know the status of the CHIPS compound, and they send personnel to work at the CHIPS compound. And 2 years ago, when we did a renovation of the entire CHIPS compound, where there are 2 buildings, we had to re-roof. We removed the roof and put on new roof. We had to repaint and do a lot of work there. They were very much aware of what we did 2 years ago. So they are aware of the status of health facilities in the community.
But what is your call to them, and what are they doing about your call to them?
Well, we are calling upon them to now come and inspect and upgrade the facility to maybe a clinic status or a polyclinic status, because on our own we have increased facilities significantly. And so it used to be a ward and then a labor room and a labor ward and then a small facility for outpatient care, consulting rooms. And the ward and labor wards were taken over by nurses because they could not find accommodation. So they took over, and that's currently where they are sleeping, they are staying, they are living. And so now we've built a 3-unit bungalow for staff. So we are hoping at least those 2 occupying the wards and the labor ward can move. And then there will be a 3rd facility vacant for another health worker. Then we have built 3 wards, a male ward with 5 beds, a female ward with 5 beds, and a children's ward with 5 beds. And then we've built a new labor ward and a labor room. That the labor ward alone will take about 8 beds. And so now we are going to move from where we could not have any place for inpatient care to a situation where now we will have 23 beds. And then now we are also adding a pharmacy. And then once we move the nurses from the current labor ward and wards, we will now renovate those facilities, and we hope to have a laboratory in one, and then the other one will return to the wards. So the current labor ward, which is occupied, will be turned into a laboratory, and then the ward, which is also occupied, will now become a ward. So even the bed capacity may increase to about 30 once we ask the nurses to vacate those facilities. So with this, a 30-bed facility, a pharmacy, lab, all done by the community.
Wow.
Okay, all done by the community. We are asking
Government
that
had no
they
hand
should-
in it.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. So we are asking that they should help us by, bringing more health workers. Maybe a doctor or a physician assistant would help, or a doctor, and let's help upgrade the facility to
Right.
help the people.
Nana, you mentioned that you were in talks with the health ministry. I don't know how long ago this was and what their promise is to you, or what they have been saying with regards to upgrading the facility to either a polyclinic or,
Well, right now, what we wanted to do, we talked to them some time ago, some time back, but we wanted to finish the facilities we're building before we go back to them. So they've been invited to the commissioning ceremony, which will be on the 11th of September. But the goal is to finish everything by September 1. So now they are painting. The tile work has been done. The ceiling has been done. Electrical and plumbing have been done. And so now they are doing the painting. Louver blaze, everything is done. It's just left with the painting. Once the painting is done, our goal is next week, September 1, we will be done. Then we will invite them to come and physically inspect the facility, even before September 11, when we will do the commissioning. So September 1 is our goal. Anytime from 2nd September, we are going to invite them to come and see what we have done. The beds will be there. They will see everything themselves, even before the commissioning.
Right.
Now, I was going to say, well done on a really amazing community development work in this regard. My question to you, however, has got to do with plans to ensure that this facility is properly maintained, because we know that a lot of the time we struggle with some of these, with the maintenance culture of a lot of public spaces. What specific plans are you putting in place as a community to ensure that this project is properly and thoroughly maintained?
Thank you very much. I'm glad you used the word public spaces. When it's public, it belongs to no one. It's for everyone. But this is something that we have built ourselves. This is something that the community has built. And so you can be sure that community ownership is very high. And people take pride in what they have built, what they own. And that is why you see private homes, private facilities are well maintained, but public ones are not. So I believe that something that the chiefs, the elders of the community, and well-wishers have helped to build, that the community is so proud of, every member of the community will make sure that it is well maintained, because their sweat and toil is in that facility. And so I can assure you, Nana Aborata, the second, who is the chief of Gomoa, Fete, is very keen on this. He's very interested in this. All his elders are excited about this. Committee members are excited. And I believe that with that excitement, from the very top, from the chief, down to the beneficiaries, everyone will ensure that it is maintained. I personally would also make sure that the hard work that has been done will not go to waste. And so we would ensure that it is maintained. And hopefully we are also going to add to it. So it's not just this. We are going to, by next year, hopefully we will add another 3 unit facility accommodation so that the health workers will have 6 units. Now we have 3. We are going to add on to it and add, 3 more so that there will be more health workers, more accommodation for health workers. And whilst we are building, we would definitely be looking at the ones that we have already built. So that is an assurance that the entire community gives to the health authorities and to the people of Ghana.
Right.
It is in our own interest.
Nana Enyidado, congratulations and kudos to you and your team. And thank you so much for speaking to us here on Sunday Breakfast.
Thank you to, let me say a big thank you to the chief of FETA, the elders, the queen mothers, and the entire committee, and all those who have, companies and organizations who have helped us. We are deeply grateful to everyone. And God bless you. And thank you to Channel 1 TV. You are doing an amazing work.
Thank you. And we'll definitely be there when you open the facility.
Yes, you are warmly, wholeheartedly invited to come and help us cover the commissioning of the facility.
All right. Thank you so much. Nana Enyidado Asare is Development Chief of Gomwa FETA. We still have Akwasiado on the line. Akwasi.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes.
Hello, Akwasi. Yes. If you're still on, again, I mean, that was an interesting conversation, right? Speaking to the development chief of the area, talking about how they've been able to rally community. A lot of the time you see people say you are waiting for government to come and sort out these few things, but they've been able to rally the community together. If you've been engaging community members, what are their expectations ahead of the official opening? What have they been saying to you in regard to this project?
Okay, so Jude, let me mention that even for us here at Channel 1 TV, this story began. We began following this story about 2 years ago, and I remember at the time our former colleague Calvis Tete, who was in charge of the region, I was there with him when they cut short for these projects, and I remember discussing with Calvis that, look, how would these people be able to, execute these projects they are speaking about, because it appears to be quite huge and the funds are going to come from these community members. So going back to the community a few weeks ago, I was really impressed at the level of progress of work done at the chief's compound. And what I was going to say is that and then have this, health facility upgraded in order to serve the people very well. So for residents of the Gomwa FETA community, they are really happy for what they've been able to achieve for themselves, but they would also want state authorities to also show commitment by helping in upgrading the facility for them. So what they want government to do is to, currently the staff strength is very low, and it's because the facility is a chief's compound. And so once they are also calling for an upgrade, they would want government to send to the facility quite a number of health professionals to add up to those who are currently working there, so that they can be able to work effectively. So the Gomwa FETA enclave per se, the Gomwa East District, like I mentioned earlier, is very populous, but it is one of the most deprived constituencies in the central region. And this constituency is very big. It shares boundary with the Greater Accra region, that is the Gas South municipality at Dampasi. It shares boundary with Efutu municipality, shares boundary with Awutu Senya West and East, and then shares boundary with the Gomwa Central constituency as well. And so you can see that this is a very big constituency. And then as at now, they have just, let me say, 2 advanced health facilities. That is the St. Gregory Catholic I spoke about earlier, and then the Gomua Potin Polyclinic that I also spoke about. Let me mention this, that in the 70s, under the Champon government tried building a hospital, a very big one, at Gomua Buduata. Now, after that government was overthrown, the successive governments paid no attention to that project, and then that project got stuck. And as at now, that place is just a clinic, and then people are just taking over the lands that were, demarcated to serve that purpose. And so it would be very prudent and urgent for state actors to improve the health systems in the Gomua East district.
Yes, and congratulations on a job well done in bringing this, highlighting this amazing piece of community work. Hopefully you keep an eye on it and report more for us as, they gear towards the official launch on September 11. Thank you so much, which ironically is an interesting day in global politics. But talking about September 11, right? Former U.S. President John F. Kennedy, he made a really profound quote during his inauguration, I think in the 1960s, where he said that, ask not what your country can do for you, but rather what you can do for your country, right? Because we are so used to, as a people, always demanding that our government fixes all the problems we face. Rightly so, we pay taxes, not to ourselves, but to government. So government has a responsibility towards ensuring that all the problems we face in our roads, in our healthcare, in education, all of those problems are swiftly dealt with by government. But there's a place for collective effort, right? There's a place for patriotism and what I would also call civic responsibility. And I want to commend the people of Gomuafete, for showing remarkable leadership to come together, rally themselves, and do this. It looks small, but it is still significant. If one life is saved in that facility, it will go a long way to improve the overall health outcomes for the community. So I think that we need to commend them and we need to highlight them. And I'm so proud that, we've shown what a small community is capable of. So if Gomuafete, with all that they do there, traders, I understand a lot of petty trading happens there, farmers are able to do this, then I think we should be doing more.
I was thinking to myself, not everyday gloomy stories or sad stories. Today is an actually very uplifting one where community came together and realized that they're doing this for themselves essentially. They've upgraded their CHIPS compound. They're asking for government to, help them make it a polyclinic if nothing at all. And so this is amazing. So
you're living in a plush area, like where you stay.
It's a clarion call for other communities to, do same for their own places. I don't know how. I don't know what you're talking about.
My point is that
I will not be dragged into
my point is that of Encore Residents Association, if there's not
have a hospital.
No,
we have a hospital.
It can't be. It shouldn't only be a hospital. It can be roads. It can be. You can mobilize and take care of a public school that needs furniture for something. So like it doesn't necessarily have to be a hospital. It can be your own small way of developing or improving society. Child Residents Association. Charlie, big houses can you be?
But there are roads.
Yeah, but there are roads some way. You can come together and say that we won't wait for government. We won't wait for local assembly, but you inform them. Rally yourselves together.
I think maybe we should do the same thing for the street lights in Ghana.
Yeah, but you see, that being said, there are also aspects of the developmental process where we need governments to fully take care of it, right? So, I know, and this, if we are doing it, should be in conjunction with, state officials. So, if it all adds up in the development process. But I'm so proud of residents in Gomuafete. I use the Nyanyano area a lot because I frequent the Pentecost Convention Center, the PCC, which is in Gomuafete, Nyanyano, behind Kaswada area. So I have a sense of the area, and there are not really it's not really an affluent place like that.
Okay.
You know, it's not like they have too much money and they don't know what to use that money for. You know, but they see the need, you know, to collectively do this, and I'm so proud of them, right? So I hope East Legon Chairman Association and the other one, the Keep Fit one, how was it called? Oh, there's one.
Men's Executive Men's Club.
Trasacco Keep Fit team.
Oh, there's a Trasacco
every morning there. You know, all of those is great, but let's also channel the energy and the resources into, you know, the words
projects like
John Kennedy said. Let's not ask only what our country will do for us, but let's also see what we can do for our country. And I'm sure if we all have this mindset, Ghana will grow in leaps and bounds. You know.
Kudos to Gomwafete. They've done outstanding jobs. I like the fact this story is uplifting. It's not one of those stories that when you're done, then you're drained, because you know that you've spoken about it several times and absolutely nothing's going to be done about it anyway. But this is a very uplifting and good story. I kind of feel good. It's a feel-good story.
Yeah,
it's a feel-good story. Feel-good story. I love it. Love it.
And we'll just also urge governments to, you know, complete their side of the bargain, right? So we build the thing. Please bring health officials and pay them, you know, and take responsibility in also fitting the place with the necessary equipment needed, right? So all of the machines that we'll need to make it a fully functional health facility. I want to plead with government. Mr. Akando, you know, it chop out small, but you for do, you know, you should be able to do it. You know, his deputy too. It's not been an easy
week for them.
I'm telling you.
Hopefully this week will be better.
The professor, no, she for stop him. Where she to in social media, Professor Doctor. So we beg you, Professor Dr. Grace, Ayen Sudankwa, and Minister Kando. I've grown to love Mr. Kando a lot.
Oh, he's doing amazing.
Yeah, I think
he came in and there was so much going on in the health facility and the health spaces.
Yeah. I think
well.
Minister Kwabena Mintah Kando has a very strong, resilient spirit.
Oh yeah.
And you need that to thrive in the kind of ministry that he is in. You know, he met a lot of opposition when he started. Charlie, they even say, "We cocoa farmer." He say, "Charlie," and you know, he came out to say he's proud to be a farmer. You know.
There's nothing wrong with being a farmer.
Absolutely, you know.
I'm thinking of going into farming.
Charlie, so I think he's shown a lot of people before he was appointed said, oh, he wasn't fit for the role, but they forgot he was ranking for 8 years or so, you know. So he's grown into the role, and I really respect him for that. So we want to also urge that the Gomwafete people, he should add them to his plans and help in resourcing the health facility for them.
All right, so that's a feel-good story for you. Not every day sad stories from our correspondent. When we return on Sunday Breakfast, we have something special for you. Don't pick up that remote. We'll be right back.
Feeling super fine, let's go, don't got no time, yeah. Turn it up, I'ma strut my stuff. You see me walking on the block, can't get enough. Like, nobody can touch me. They wanna be like me, but I got no time to get up, get up, get up. Now let's go. We gotta move on up. We gotta move on up. We gotta move on up. We gotta.
Play me for.
It's go time. We gotta move on up. We gotta move on up. Call me. We gotta move on up. We gotta move on up. Now let's go.
Beautiful.
Get up,
wow.
Get up, let's go.
Decent cross, Hoyland going for it. Out towards goal. That's a superb finish.
When it's go time to supercharge your hustle, make it go time for GoTV.
Get up, now let's go.
Love it.
This August, get ready for an unforgettable night of worship and celebration as Perez Music presents Glorified, dubbed His Love and Kindness. Ministering live, Perez Music alongside the legendary Daughters of Glorious Jesus. Also ministering Joyful Way Incorporated, Minister Gabi Akwatia and Edom Evangelist. Join us on Sunday, the 31st of August, 2025 at 4 p.m. sharp at the Victory Bible Church, Awoshi Dominion Sanctuary for an evening of powerful ministry and praise. It's absolutely free. But if you would like to support this ministry, you can do so by purchasing our special event merchandise or call 0557 116 607. That is 0557 116 607. Let's come together and raise a sound of gratitude for God's love and kindness. It's going to be nothing short of heaven on earth. This event is proudly sponsored by Eddie Spitzer and powered by Rima City of Worship. Media partner City FM and Channel 1 TV.
In Ghana, West Africa, the mornings are somewhat, if not for the perfect companion. What a good day to start. Work is always effective with NASCO Home Appliances. Good vibes only while you wait. The feeling hits very deep. Any jepa, I want NASCO fear. NASCO, bring home happiness.
This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come.
It's on SuperSport all season long. Pay your subscription today. Dial *759#. Available on DSTV and GoTV.
We take it on a diplomatic turn this week on the Upside Down Show. Frema Edunyame and Nanatufo Boate sit with the Israeli ambassador to Ghana, Sierra Leone and Liberia, His Excellency Roy Gillard, who shares with us some insights into his life, including settling the Jollof War.
For the past 12 months, what have you been eating?
Jollof.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my favorite.
And is Ghana getting a free visa to Israel soon? Here is his response.
There is here an issue that we are ironing with your government, and when this issue will be solved, we might have a policy of no visas. But I don't see it coming in the very near future.
The Century Band comes through with some sweet spiritual tunes to complement the night. So, join us this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV for the Upside Down Show.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining made in Ghana across every sector. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205-973-973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and Ghana Exim Bank, and is supported by Twillium Industrial Company Limited and Build Financial Technologies.
harmony in the kitchen begins with harmony in the soul. And my guest, Fifi Flawless, is a musician. And what did they say? Music is food for what? For the soul. And so the philosophy is complete.
I'm going to be preparing yams and garden next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
You joined the orchestra and then you met like-minded people.
Yes,
And
so that was the
after secondary
process.
school, you didn't want to.
Yeah, I didn't want
sit
to
at home.
just go into anything. I just wanted to continue with the instrument. So it was there I met AJ Fannin.
Okay, so that means you started learning the instrument even, was it when you were in high school or before you went to high school?
So I was introduced to it when I was in high school.
Okay.
This is a really nice package.
It's really cool, isn't it?
It's really nice.
And I like the way they've done like the small sachets, so
yeah.
Everything in one. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin if I am falling in love with you?
What's Cooking is brought to you by Tasty Tom and Lily Rice.
With our worship this morning. Wherever you are, we just want you to join us and just bless the name of the Lord. You are holy and there is none like you. We give you praise, we give you glory, we give you glory.
'cause you are wonderful, and you are worthy, oh God. You are wonderful, and you are worthy, oh God. And you are wonderful, 'cause you are worthy, oh God. You are wonderful, 'cause you are worthy, oh God. Me free my kume, me shani waya, yes, yes, me, thou I see you, na won sanu nyuma, hey, me wawa, yes, yes, me, thou I see you, won sanu nyuma, yeah, me wawa, yes, yes, me, thou I see you, it's yes, yes, umaya thou I see, yeah, thou I see you, yeah, thou I sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, yeah, yes, yes, umaya thou I see, yeah, thou I see you, yeah, thou I sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, Jesus, yes, yes, umaya thou I see, umaya thou I see, yeah, thou I sit down, oh, yeah, thou I sit down, sit down, sit down, it's to send unyuma bomu kase, oh, hini bi eni hokao, oh, hini bi eni hokao, minyami ukasa pochire. Yenchi senia apofu bomu yiwa yeda, hey, minsume yiwa ya brebia, if free sewo nyamiwa, oh, hini bi eni hokao, if free sewo nyamiwa, oh, hini bi eni hokao, if free sewo nyamiwa, oh, hini bi eni hokao, if free sewo nyamiwa, oh, hini bi eni hokao. Yes, Lord, if free sewo nyamiwa, oh, hini bi eni hokao, yeah, yeah, unyamia, yeah, oh, hini bi eni hokao, oh God, yeah, yeah, unyamia, yeah, oh, hini bi eni hokao, oh, yeah, watching kwa, yeah, wadio, oh, hini bi eni hokao, oh, yeah, unyamia, yeah, oh, hini bi eni hokao, oh, iti usenu nyuma bomu kase, oh, hini bi eni hokao, hini bi eni hokao, minyami wakasa pochire, yenchi senia bofu poyiwa ye, minsume yiwa ya brebia, efri sewo nyamiwa, oh, hini bi eni hokao, oh God, efri sewo nyamiwa, oh, hini bi eni hokao, oh, efri sewo nyamiwa, oh, hini bi eni hokao, don't bury me nyamini wo, Hosia de yo nyamini wo. Eye wuna wuka embemo. Na wusensua echina. Don't marry me nyamini wo. Hosia de yo nyamini wo. Eye wuna wuka embemo. Na wusensua echina. Uyo nyamikasi Usumi boamba Mekam forward ni unyuma Na mebo usamrani Mekam forward ni unyuma Na mebo usamrani. You are watching us this morning. You don't have faith, but the word of the Lord says that we serve a God who doesn't lie. He can never fail. As you watch us this morning, I want you to be inspired. According to your knowledge and your will for me, what is hard you will do. I just need to align, oh, because you are not a man that changes your mind, oh, yeah. Those that know you will trust in you, not in horses and chariot. By the arm of no man can prevail. According to your knowledge and your will for me, what you say you have done, I just need to align, oh, because you are not a man that changes your mind, oh. Those that know you will trust in you, not in horses and chariot. By the arm of flesh, and no man can prevail. No man, no man, no man, no man. Jesus, my confidence is you. What is hard? What is hard for you? It can never resist. Oh, you do not lie, you do not fail. What is hard for you to do? It doesn't exist. Oh, it can never, never resist. Oh, you do not lie, you do not fail. What is hard for you to do? It can never, never resist. Oh, anywhere you lead me, I will go. 'Cause you are the way, truth, and the life. You are Jesus. You never leave me, no forsake me. It's a sure word, it's an assurance for you. 'Cause except he builds the house, the builders builds in vain. Me, I go follow you, they go. Anywhere you lead me, I will go. Oh, Jesus. Oh, it says, my life is for your glory, your glory. And this morning, he says, you make the little things I do be like saying a big thing. So it's your grace that makes the difference. Each as they embarrass me, oh, I like it. Oh, yeah, I like the way they lead me. Oh, you made the little things I do. You made the little things I do be like saying a big thing. So your grace to make the difference. Each as they embarrass me, oh, I like you. Oh, hey. I like the way they lead me. Oh, only you can do what no man can do. Maybe you have lost hope. Only you can do. Yes, sir. What no man can do. Jesus, only you can change any situation at all. Yeah. Only you are capable. Daddy, so you are capable. Only you can do. Only you can do what no man can do. Yeah. Only you can change any situation at all. Only you are capable. Daddy, so you are capable. My confidence, my confidence, my confidence. I have faith in you. 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 Only you can do, undo, redo, do. Only you, only you, only you, only you can do what no man can do. Yeah, only you can change any situation at all. Only you are capable, Daddy. So you are capable. Yeah, only you are capable, Daddy. So you are capable. And Lion of Judah, my trust is in you. Ancient of days, my trust is in you. Living water, my trust is in you. Jehovah, my trust is in you. I put them on you. I put them on you. Oh God, my trust is in you. Yeah, I put them on you. My trust is in you. Yeah, I put them on you. My trust is in you. I put them on you. I put them on you. My trust is in you. I love this one that says, yeah, me now wine crown of my sumano, my wine crown of Equamami. Sina nenya mi sumami, yo bewa mami, no bewa chimi kwa, wasoria mamenya mfasuo. Washamatani pama maoni fufro, no bewa mami, no bewa chimi kwa, wasoria mamenya mfasuo. Oh, he Yesu minyeude. Davia wine crown of Masumano, na wine crown, no be kwamami, sina denya mi sumami. In that family, no be wamami, no be muachi mi kwa, wasoria mamenya mfasuo. Washematani pama maoni fufu, no be wamami, no be muachi mi kwa, wasoria mamenya mfasuo. Oh, he Yesu minyeude. Oh, sewachi mi kwa ni minsuma yeyini, ahimu ine. Sewachi mi kwa ni minsumi na simie, ahimu ine. Sewachi mi kwa ni minsumi nyumtuni, ahimu Yawo, Wonkuana.
Feeling super fine. Let's go, don't got no time, yeah. Turn it up, I'ma strut my stuff. You see me walking on the block, can't get enough. Like, nobody can touch me. They wanna be like me, but I got no time to get up, get up, get up. Now let's go. We gotta move on up. We gotta move on up. We gotta move on up. We gotta.
Play me for it.
It's go time. We gotta move on up. We gotta move on up. Call me. We gotta move on up. We gotta move on. Now let's go.
Beautiful. Wow.
Decent cross, Hoyland going for it. And towards goal. That's a superb finish.
When it's go time to supercharge your hustle, make it go time for GoTV.
Now let's go.
Love it.
We take it on a diplomatic turn this week on the Upside Down Show. Frema Edunyame and Nanatufo Boate sit with the Israeli ambassador to Ghana, Sierra Leone and Liberia, His Excellency Roy Gillard, who shares with us some insights into his life, including settling the Jollof War.
For the past 12 months, what have you been eating?
Jollof.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
And is Ghana getting a free visa to Israel soon? Here is his response.
There is here an issue that we are ironing with your government, and when this issue will be solved, we might have a policy of no visas. But I don't see it coming in the very near future.
The Century Band comes through with some sweet spiritual tunes to complement the night.
I don't wanna wait for you, no. Cause if someone is here,
So, join us this Sunday at 7 p.m. prompt, only on Channel 1 TV for the Upside Down Show.
Welcome back. This is Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan. It's been an exciting show, but we are at the final lap of what has been a really interesting show. NO says that for the first time in a long time, we've discussed a positive story on the community development, segment of the show. Hopefully, sports would also bring a lot more positive and exciting stories. And to delve into some of the big conversations we have in the sporting world is our colleague Bernard Abeku.
Masa, you spelled the name.
No, it's not me. So I don't know who is introducing. Mr. Avle is Bernard. Now, we've discussed that on radio. Mr. Avle understands that he's Bernard and I'm Bernard. So if you... I also understand that sometimes the name needs a bit of energy.
We have joining us in studio, Bernard.
Thank you.
That's it. No, you be major guy.
Charlie, what happened?
We did inside.
Solid.
Friday we score 5. Only 5.
Yeah.
Baku, Mienu, Miensa.
And 9.
Enum.
That's against the manager who's on his way out.
Oh, Graham Potter.
Yeah.
Oh, you think that's the end of the road for him?
Yeah, I think that's the end of the road for Graham Potter. 8 goals in 2 games is too much. the opener, of the Premier League. He's a guy that Chelsea thought was the guy to, fit the project that they're doing now. And West Ham looks like a project. That's the point, because this not a club that goes in and want to be part of a top 6, maximum top 10. They feel that's success. Okay, so if you go into a club of that magnitude and you have players like Akwatia score a goal from that distance, close to the D, and you can see, there are some players you don't need 45 minutes to assess a footballer if the footballer is good. How he breaks the ball and pass can give you an idea of the kind of player he is. If then he has no pace, you train him to get it. If then he is a lot pacey and loses control at the point, you try to slow him down. What is he doing? There's Bowen still in the team. Nothing much have changed around this team.
I think they sold a lot of players and they've not replaced them. So it's affecting the all-round quality of the team. You agree?
A chance.
So they sold Antonio left, right?
Yeah.
Of course, Kudus also left. But to be fair, there's a chunk of. So for example, Suchek is in there as well. They have Bowen, who is on his day is one of the best we've seen in the league. Yeah. They also have the likes of Ward-Prowse, who is also on this day one of the best midfielders in the league. But defensively is where the problem is for them, I think. You agree?
I agree. If you've played this league for a minute, it gives you a fair idea as to how to approach certain attackers. If you are in a defensive forward, if you are a defender or a defensive midfielder, or you play as on the laterals and you are occasionally forced to come back and defend. It gives you a fair idea, if you have played the league for a minute, how to face some of these players. And it's important to note that you cannot play the Premier League for 2-3 seasons and still look like you're not ready for it. The league will ask you out. It's how the league is framed. It gives you, like, I cannot get it why a player like Wan-Bissaka will have to still struggle to know how to play football. I don't seem to put that together, because you've had experience in the league. So for the league, for example, it gives you the ability to learn on the job. And if you are smart enough, within a space, you will become one of the champs, like Alexander Isak.
Wan-Bissaka, has had a lot of moments of brilliance. In fact, he had a really amazing run somewhere last season when he wasn't only defending well, but he was also scoring and assisting. So I think, of course, he was responsible for like the first 3 of Chelsea's goals. But I think it's more about the defensive setup, which exposes him at the back. And I think that the blame should be put on the manager.
So I'm saying that.
So it's not necessarily the player, right? It's a collective team effort
that's what I'm saying.
That exposes him at the back.
So initially I was about to say, it changes out from how they've handled their technical area. Changes in coaches a lot obstruct players and they are thinking, because they would have to come and adjust again to a new manager system or style of play. And that thing is difficult.
So you think the decision to sack Lopetegui, for example,
Lopetegui was not the right fit for the job.
And Graham Potter is also not the right fit.
Graham Potter is not the right fit for the job.
He proved himself at Brighton.
That's a different.
That's his level.
I won't say level, because I don't see the clear disparity between West Ham and where he came from. You get it? So my point is, every club has a culture. It has a certain system and style that is inculcated, that tells you that, okay, when you're going to sign this player, the player needs to fit in the profile of the club. That's what they call the profile of the club. The player needs to come in and just fit in like at the goal. And that's what's been rehearsed at Chelsea. They pick players like they are no players, they don't have the name for saying.
They're not high-profile players.
They're not high-profile players.
But they fit into the system.
But they fit into the system.
Who's an example of such?
Estival.
But we've seen him for only barely.
I told you initially.
He's barely played a full game for Chelsea.
Of my argument that the quality of a player is not determined in 45 minutes. When he breaks a ball and pass,
you can tell.
You can tell. If he carries the ball yeah, for just some few meters.
40 meters, you can
tell. That this is a very good player.
Moving on from West Ham to talk about Chelsea,
yeah,
you think that they got the recruitment right?
I think Chelsea have gotten the recruitment right.
But you see, the point or the pushback to this point again is that if you look at every 3 buy Chelsea make, that you would say is a positive buy. There are about 5 or more players who have been resigned to the bench. Some of them are literally being forced out of the club. Ugochukwu is one of them. There's Leslie Ugochukwu, there's Kani Chukwuemeka, there's Raheem Sterling, there's Disasi, there's Alfie Gilchrist. There are so many Chelsea players who have not been proper fit, and some of them were bought with a lot of money. So your analysis of fitting into the team.
Managerial change. Don't rule that out. I also mentioned that in the West Ham situation. Chelsea have not stuck with the manager for 5 seasons. For 4 seasons.
But 5 seasons is too long a time to...
In the case of Mikel Arteta then again.
Yeah.
How many years have Arteta stayed? About 6 or 7 seasons, if not 8. Maybe he's in his 8th season. You get it? He stayed for a period. So if you see Calafiori playing something terrific, if you see Saliba,
Timber. He scored 2 goals yesterday.
It tells you what. So Gyökeres comes in and fits directly because the base is there. Because it is the manager's philosophy, it is his ideology that the club have rehearsed for the span. The only message is they've not been able to win, a lot with the manager's style. And what they were lacking is the striker who got 2 goals yesterday. So in Chelsea's situation,
Gyökeres.
Absolutely Gyökeres. In Chelsea's situation, look, they have done few, signings which is not, proved to be excellent, but they have a number. That's why they have the system where when you come in the test, you cannot fit into the scene. They just loan you out, give you some time to come in.
Let's had a good game yesterday.
Yeah. I feel we're talking about Gyökeres, right? And they won against Manchester United. Don't forget. That was a tall order. They sat in deep and still Arsenal is the best defense. The team that is defensively excellent in the league
this season.
From the first game against Manchester United, who've learned to press, and it was high pressing.
But Spurs have also played 2 games and have not conceded.
I'll come to the Spurs bit. And yesterday,
against probably been a tougher opposition.
Of course. Yesterday I was analyzing the Spurs situation on my X platform. Now I'm saying that in order not to mince the argument, for Arsenal, I feel. Look, the back line have played for a minute. Okay? They know each other. When you have a team that has played for a moment, it's about each other's movement. The players learn themselves. If he picks a pass here and he's in a central area of defense, he knows that before he turns, there's a guy who's running on his left. So because it has been rehearsed, at the training grounds. It's your defensive movement and all of that, the line where you should get to in defense, who is moving with the attackers and who will stay in, and if the person moves, how is able to retreat and also help in the defensive organization. They've got an excellent defensive organization. They've played together for some time. They've learned each other and their movement, and I feel it also the manager will not have to do a lot defensively because those guys know themselves. So it's why I tip Arsenal to be. They fall in a 4-3-3 and excel. They fall in a 4-2-3-1 and excel. It's about the manager's principle he's developed. They need a goal scorer. They've gotten a goal scorer. Yesterday he scored 2. And I feel, I'm scared again to say Arsenal will be in for the title.
I said it last season. You said it last season.
I did that last season. They disappointed me.
Number 1.
You won't believe it's Manchester United.
Okay.
He said
I just wanted you to.
It was on she was on CNN with Sander one time, and the 2 of them were just. But I think that let's talk about Arsenal squad depth, right? It was something they lacked last season. Everybody felt, a lot of people felt that they lacked a proper in and out striker. Number 9 in a traditional sense. Now they have that in Gyökeres. He scored 2. His first goal was a proper number 9 goal. The second was a penalty. After an interesting
that's a penalty to his
youngster,
so it's a very good
Doman. But now they bought a Chieze, and it looks like they have a lot of quality, even in the bench or on the bench. How does this new Arsenal team shape up heading into the season? I mean, amidst prospects of, challenging for the title this year.
In terms of structure, they are well shaped already. In terms of how they play, I feel they are organized already. It's about the finishing. So if you look at the department which they seek or they seek to want to improve, that is the area which they've gotten these players. And Eberechi is a well-proven Premier League talent, offensive player.
I agree with you.
Gyökeres is now learning the scene, but he's gotten over 62 goals in the other campaign elsewhere. You might say that, with respect, the league is not an AA, league, but don't write it off that I told you initially, if a player is good, it will take him a little bit of time, and you see. It takes you a bit of time and you see. It's about his finishing. He's more like an Erling Haaland.
He's a finisher.
Yeah. And it's about when he gets into the box and how he's able to identify spots and plant the ball. And he's excellent in that. He needs a bit of support. Now they don't want the burden to be so much on Saka. They don't want the burden to be so much on Martinelli. And they don't want the burden to be on Odegaard.
Who's already injured. I mean, Saka and Odegaard yesterday limbed off in the game. Sad. So the squad depth helps the team.
It's the health line of, I don't know if I'm able to use that word, but I want to say I don't want to use engine too. That's
that's what will propel them.
That's the soul of the team.
Right.
And I must say that Zubimendi also had a fantastic game. A lot of people wondered how this team
without Partey
would emerge as a unit without Partey. But I think Zubimendi had it. But it's still too early in the season.
It's too early in the season. We've got a lot of games to play. Like
interesting. So your verdict on Arsenal is that so far so good.
So far so good.
Amazing. Yesterday we saw Manchester City and Tottenham, right? Kudus. He played well.
Yeah.
Did you watch the game?
I did not. I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
But the Kudus you have a picture of is the same Kudus.
It's the same Kudus.
That shows.
Eno likes Kudus a lot.
In the City game.
I think West Ham is feeling it.
Yeah, West Ham is feeling it.
Yeah, but he's doing well.
You see, the fans in their first game felt it to the extent that they bought a banner which had the inscription that he's a snake.
Oh.
Yeah.
But what did he do?
You see, the West Ham fans, they are not serious. Somebody has come to your club in the first year.
In
the first year, he played so well for you. The second year, he was hampered by injuries. And he still lives with about 60 million or 50 something million.
Who didn't know how to use him?
So let Charlie forget it.
At least he's playing wonderfully with his new club.
Thomas Frank is no mean manager. He's not the kind of manager who doesn't know his game. He's so well organized. And look, this is what Spurs did yesterday. Spurs is too early in the season, I agree. But look, they have a proper defensive organization. They take advantage of the little pocket of spaces left in between the attacking team if they are defending. And they know where to run at what material point in time.
Right. And
it's not about them playing wrong passes. It's like, apart from the defensive organization, they know their passing is crisp, yeah, and it gets into the opposition half, and it's about who's to finish. And Brennan Johnson is excellent. He played something.
He has so much pace, right?
I was super surprised.
Yeah.
Is this the same guy who was playing under the previous manager?
And is this Richarlison's year?
And is this?
Do you think this is the year where he comes out as
he's one of the few
best or one
South
of the best
Americans? So if you want Brazilians, I don't really believe. Baby.
Oh, why not?
He doesn't show up, with the same energy to the end of the party or when he matters.
So he starts well, but along the line he fades off.
But he's having an awesome partnership with Kudus, and occasionally I've seen Johnson also lift up his game, and it might be just the manager is managing his time as well. If he realizes he's tired, he yanks him and withdraws Kudus as well, and bring in new guys who also understand themselves up front. I feel Spurs are doing something.
But what went wrong for Manchester City? Because last season Spurs beat them 4-0, right? Everybody, a lot of people also feel like Spurs have what it takes, and this was even under Postecoglou, who had so many challenges, even though you end up winning an Europa League with Spurs. what's the challenge with Manchester City this year? Because they look very out of sorts.
First off, departmentally, if we begin from behind, the goalkeeping area or the defensive fold.
What's Edison?
Trafford, he wants to, the people wants to get
Is he injured? He's not injured.
No. The last time I read this, no.
So they pick Trafford over him.
Yeah. The manager will want to take him out and bring Donna from PSG.
Or Donnarumma.
Yeah.
In his face.
I think United should buy Donnarumma.
No.
But you,
no.
The other guys.
No. It's the guy in Belgium.
Who?
Lamens.
Yeah, I had some. Yeah.
You should watch
but
him.
Is he good?
You should watch him.
Better than Donnarumma?
Yeah.
Better than Donnarumma?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
no, relax. No, relax.
What are you saying on the show like that?
No, calm down.
The show is on the internet too. And the internet doesn't forget.
It is here that I started and did the certain analysis against Chelsea and it transpired. Look.
And what?
It transpired.
What analysis? Which analysis did you do?
You know when I said the situation where I described a certain trophy as a punchy cap, and prior to that I'd done a lot of analysis which were, on point.
You continue.
It is Chelsea and I know to raise another argument, but yeah. Lamens, he's not won the Champions League. Agreed. He's not played in mainstream European football. Agreed. You see, for me, for a goalkeeper, I don't care if you know how to kick with your feet or no. I don't care.
Your number one job is a shot stopper.
Your reflexes, you're a shot stopper.
But you will probably find time to talk about Man United's goalkeeping challenges. I just want you to spend time.
And your Lamens Donnarumma argument.
Yeah, I just want you to spend time.
Anticipation will take him out.
No problem. I just want you to spend.
And we'll do with numbers.
The next couple of minutes diagnosing what is wrong with this Manchester City team, because people have said that it looks like the spark is not there.
Trafford is not good.
So it's a goalkeeping problem.
Trafford is not good. If you are not good in your area, there's a problem.
And who else? What else is the problem?
I feel it takes them a bit of time. They're very old guys who were in the setup that were helping season in season out churn a certain result. A certain results are not there anymore. Okay. There are players that we hailed in the Premier League. There are players that we knew that they were. Yes, there's Haaland in there. But if you're not playing according to Haaland's game, he's out. His strength, he's out of the game.
People have said that Mamouche was a panic buy, and that
it's not. Give them time. This City setup needs time.
Yeah, but that's the thing. City is not a club.
After you answered Jude's question on the Premier League, I wanted us to find out why FIFA had banned Heart of Oak.
Oh, you have interest in that?
Yeah.
It's a very important, actually a very important.
Yeah,
you know what? So wrap up with.
Oh, so because I'm a Kotoko fan, I can't ask.
That's right.
I'm connecting the dots right now.
Oh no! I'm genuinely concerned.
30 seconds on City and just wrap up.
City, I feel it will take them a bit of time. When we begin a season, it takes some clubs about 8 to 7 games to understand what the manager wants to preach. It has the core of the team already, but there are some few guys who have not come, they are not ripe enough to understand. Pep demands, he's a manager that demands a lot. I feel that some of the guys in the setup, the new guys especially, or the guys who've been given time now, have not really understood what Pep's demands is. We only need to give them time. It's still the same manager. If a manager is as good as the players, so time will come up. Accra also failed to pay Rene a certain amount that's owed. Now, this is how registration is done. You go into the FIFA TMS, the transfer matching system. You gather all the documents of in this case, the coach you are registering. And you register with details. So every athlete, by extension, manager, has a certain unique number that is given by FIFA as stands you out, that you are part of a technical team. A player has same as well. So when you are registered in the system, details of your contract with the club is attached as a document to upload. Okay. So FIFA for that matter, the member association, i.e. Ghana Football Association, knows how much you pay your coach, knows when the coach's contract ends. In the contract, there might be clauses that if I'm sacked, you pay me compensation, and then I leave. House of Folk failed to fulfill that part of the obligation, if I'm to put it that way. And they have been asked they cannot register any footballer. What it means is that if there is a player that was playing for the club that's had his contract expired, that they want to renew and re-register, they cannot register the player. Or in other cases, new players that the club have had discussions with other clubs and will want to register, they cannot. They have that ban already hanging on their neck. Now for the manager, FIFA has asked them to go ahead and make sure they pay. Or in the next 3 years, they will not be able to sign or bring players on board. So it's not really that sensitive area. If they are willing to meet, with the manager, agree on how payment structure and what have you, they communicate that to FIFA, and they are good. So it looks cagey, but they know they should have paid. They know. So I brought the TMS registration stuff into the picture.
Thank you so much, Abeku. We'll try and find some more time to delve into it, but it looks like some people are happy. But we'll rise again until the bones are rotten. Until the bones are rotten.
I don't know where this accusation is coming from.
But that's all time
will allow
how
us sensitive and quiet she was listening to the Akwatia folk stuff. Yeah, they can't register any player. That's all.
Okay, that's good news.
Whether we register player or not, we will win the league.
Asante Kotoko, yeah, best.
But that's all time allows. But thank you so much for watching. At the same time.